Hey, Ren, what's going on? Can you hear me okay? Nope. It's my background there. I'll turn that down. Top chat. Live chat. Alright, there we go. Yeah, alright. Obis. Dismiss that, don't need it. Okay. Let's get Crimson in here. So I'd like him to see the... Ooh, here's my link. Okay, 1 second here. Awesome, loud and clear. Great. Oh, I just got to run to the store. Well, I'm starting without him. That's okay. All right. Go back here. Where are we at? We are currently doing a fresh install of the game from Steam. As you can see, let me finish this. I'll expand this up so you guys can see up in the upper left-hand corner there. We're at 25%. And I keep cam open here just to keep track of my storage space for this one drive I have here. I have more than enough, but the game itself obviously takes a little while to load, so not a problem. I'm going to minimize this briefly. I'm just going to keep, I like to keep anything Steam related here. What is this? Update, Java update. I don't need to update Java. Let's see, who messaged me? Rooster. Okay. So basically in this, what I'm trying to show for those on PC are a fresh install. You can see it working here. It's almost a 40%. We're going to let that finish. There's a couple other things you'll notice in the upper left-hand corner of my monitor there. There's a blank spot. That's where my creation kit goes. Hey, Rooster. When you reinstall, you also have to reinstall the creation kit. The problem with this, if you're going to be using a guide, is that it's going to install the latest version, which is incompatible with the CK fixes. I believe it's the issue that Campolo said he was talking about, why he can't mod, it won't let him upload to Bethesda.net, won't upload more than one master. He's getting the multiple master errors. But there's a workaround for this. You can roll back to a previous version, which I have. I have the... let me show you. I'll open up my... You have to go through the Bethesda.net launcher, so you have to have an account for that. So I'm going to minimize this while Skyrim itself, the base game, is loading, okay? Awesome. I saw the 3 pictures you showed me, Rooster, and that landscape definitely does look... It looks really good. So whatever is in the Lexy guide that she suggests, I'm probably not going to go with that. I'm probably going to use that one. I actually pinned it. And now, of course, my... Oh, those are all your pictures that are going off there. Okay. Yeah, goddamn, they look good. Yeah, they look really good. Let's blow these up, see if the people can see them. Everybody who's following along. Yeah, this is the new landscape. Yep. I like it. And the shadows, too. Rooster, did you scale back your shadows at all? Or did you leave them default? I did this earlier. I did this setup earlier, but I wanted to make sure. So I went in game. You know that shot that I showed you where it had none of the Skyrim game uh, ESMs in the left pane. It just had the Clean Masters plugin. It works fine. I loaded the game up. I just used alternate start. I picked Arrive by Boat from Solitude, loaded it. Immediately took me right into the game. It was perfectly fine. What is this? 58 FPL? You dropped a frame there. 59. That's what we like to see. These look great. These screenshots look great. This landscape looks beautiful. Look at this one with the water. You have a water texture going on using is that smooth water? I'm gonna go over like the whole Bethany setup too for anybody who wants to watch. Uh, I'm gonna go according to Lexy's guide. It seemed like it was more in depth and it actually gave you the Bethany tutorial. I just went step by step with it. It's pretty easy to do and go by what their recommendations are. It also shows you the excuse me, the Skyrim ini, the Skyrim prefs ini, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Man, this landscape, these screenshots look fantastic. Um, Looking at all these, like are you using Dave's mountains too for the rocks? Yeah, realistic wild. Oh, so you do have RW2 and smooth. Awesome. So I'm gonna put that back in. I'm gonna check that update first, but I'm more than likely gonna put it back in. I have a really hard time playing a game without realistic waters too. Ooh, excuse me, coughing fit. As the weather changes, we're going from 30 degrees in the morning to 67 we're at right now, I think. 65, 67 degrees. So I've been pumping myself full of OJ and water, but you know, yeah, this new landscape. So this looks nice. This looks real good, and it integrates well. Like you have the foliage, and then you can see the landscape where it meets the rocks and everything like that, but it's seamless. Like a lighter grass, and you can see over here a little bit thicker grass, and then there's plants obviously here in the trees. I want to say these are these Matthews? Because these look like his trees and plants. They look like them anyway. This is the grass. This is the grass for the landscape. This looks great. Wow. Okay. Let me go back here. Oh, he still got more. He's sending me. Holy crap. All right, let's check. I want to see this one. This is my favorite. Water pictures are some of my favorite. Oh, the basket. You kicked a basket into the water. Litter bug. But damn, that looks good. Look at that. That's crisp. That is crisp and clean. Where the tree, like the trunk of the tree meets the ground, and then in the distance there, you can see small dirt patches. Obviously, the shorelines look fantastic. Man, is that the Riverwood chicken? Uh-oh. All right, let me back out of here. So, yeah, Dave Wines. Yeah, his stuff seems really good. I may switch. I mean, just the landscape itself sold me. So, let's see where. All right, so Skyrim's loaded. Okay, let me minimize this. So the game here is loaded. Now, what I have up here is I linked it in the description. I think I linked it in the description. It says Lexy's guide link, and that is to this page here, Dark Lady Lexy's legacy guide. Now, all guides are similar, but yet they're all very, very different. Um, she has her Patreon link here. You could donate to her via PayPal. And I'm assuming if you click on this, this may bring you to her Nexus page. I don't believe. Let me see if I open the link, if it takes you there. Yeah, her profile at Nexus. Okay, so Dark Lady Lexy, the 3 files, and then obviously She's from the United Kingdom. Uh, but yeah, that's where to go to find her profile. Consider Patreon and donating via PayPal. She has two options for that. Um, all guides are similar, but yet they're all different. They all use some similar mods, and I'll use a variety of other different mods too. And some of them are very, very basic. The Tutco guide, um, the original step guide, STEP, uh, sorry, which has now been it's preceded by Lexy's guide here. And of course, the Nordic guide, Pride Caliber's got another guide coming out. He did his 100 mod guide. Um, I'm gonna get through all these just so I don't have the Stitch. Hold on, I gotta tell Stitch to come. Oh, he's got a new avatar. Look at that. Hold on, I gotta link him. I haven't talked to him. It's been a while. Let's see if he comes. Let's see if we can get Skipper Stitch in here. Um, so basically, what this is going to be a new game install. So it just finished, right? But I like to keep Lexi's guide up, and this is the introduction and prerequisites. Quick links. She's got her 7 pages of the guide page links here. Intro, you are here, and then it's got links to the other ones for what you want to do. Okay, but I like to go through, read the introduction and summary. This is paramount to any of the guides. She has a link to the Tuco guide, um, and this is the video installation series. Who's this? This is Phoenix Sunstar 001. Shows the entirety of this guide's installation. This right here, if you decide to use this, I like to go to YouTube and I like to watch installation tutorials. I did it with Pred Caliber with his 16-17 videos. Um, I was doing it with Cinotar, but I don't really care for his setup too much. Plus, he's on Legendary Edition. And yeah, I could do it because I have it. Um, as you can see, I have base Skyrim LE, right? Which I played for 3 minutes just to load the game in, and it's mainly for Enderall. Which isn't just Forgotten Stories. I've got the Enderall launcher right here. This is the base game. This is the free Enderall add-on. We want Special Edition. Let me bring her guide up, and I'm going to go step by step. Hey, Mel. Hey, Crimson. Who else is joining us here? I got 9 in here. Wow. I know Rooster's here. Ren's here. Ren was always the first. Ren will always be the first. And Sly's here. Hi, Sly. Pardon my voice. My voice is a little scratchy today just because of the weather. And my niece she just got over being sick, so she absorbed all the cough drops, or most of them. I think they're all gone. But it's not too bad. I can talk. It's just a little scratchy here and there. So if you hear me taking a sip, it's taking a sip of water. So what I have linked up is Dark Lady Lexy. Her guide is vast. It is immense, but you have leeway with it for some things, for the mods. For some of the base stuff, definitely recommend following it step by step, and that's what I'm going to do in the beginning here. This isn't going to be a complete guide, otherwise I'll probably be at it for 3 or 4 days, constantly. Let's see what Stitch said. He's at work. Oh, okay, that's okay. Everybody send Stitch your love. We miss him. I miss him. So yeah, where we at? We're at the summary. So just a little chat. I read this. It's approximately 100 gigabytes of data, not including your base Skyrim install. So whereas that may seem like a lot, it's really not. Right here are this first section here. These aren't the mods. This is the setup right here. This is what I'm going to be going over, or at least most of this. Some of this stuff I've already got installed. Let me open up Mod Organizer. Okay, which should take a second here. Okay. Now, it's got basically a clean slate. I have some of the programs already installed. I already did a video on these. Installing Finis, installing the Cathedral Assets Optimizer. I went over ZEdit and XEdit with the quick auto clean. We are going to do these. TextGen and Dynalog you don't have to worry about now, but they are going to come up in the beginning of the guide, so just make a note of that. Okay? What we're going to do is we're going to clean the masters, but we're going to do them a little bit differently. These will no longer appear here. We're going to create a... So I have no downloads, I have no saves, and let me just make sure that my mod folder is completely empty. Skyrim SE, mods, okay, this is clean. Profiles should just be default. Okay, check these out. What else am I looking for here? App data logo. There is something else I know I need to delete. Not this. Nothing in overwrite. Okay. Web cache. We are good there. Okay, we should be good to go. Mods is the main one. But we'll get back to that. Right now we want the standards. You want your game folder open. And I minimize this. And I'm going to minimize this. First thing you're going to want to do, you're just going to want to install and run the base game. So you do that right from Steam here. Literally hit play. Okay. Preparing to launch, go to options. First, you're going to set your options however you want it. Mine's going to be ultra. Video settings have been set for ultra quality. I'm going to turn off anti-aliasing. Okay. Make sure windowed mode is not selected. Hit OK. If you can run it at a different setting, like ultra is for higher end rigs. Her specs are in there. You can run on high with the bare minimum specs. If you didn't feel comfortable with that, use medium. I would never recommend running low. Medium or high are probably the two best. Ultra if you have good stuff. My stuff is good. I know it's good. I know I can run it solidly. So that's what I do. If you want to go into advanced, there's other stuff here, but we're going to adjust that later. So I just click that out. Make sure everything else is there. You could change the resolution, but this will affect your frame rate, your FPS. I keep it here for now. So hit OK. Hit play once. It's going to load immediately. This is all you need to create your ini files. Immediately quit out. Okay. So that's done. Now if I go to my game, it's got the basic inis. And then if you go to Mod Organizer, your ini editor, you can see Skyrim ini and Skyrim Prefs ini. Custom ini we won't worry about for now, but these are here. Okay. You'll see Hearthfire's Dragonborn and Dawnguard are again out of order. Put them back in the order they belong. Dawnguard, Hearthfire's Dragonborn. Update, then Dawnguard, Hearthfire's Dragonborn. Then you're good on that. Okay. Excuse me. Minimize your game folder. Make sure you keep it open. Okay. So the Finis stuff, Crimson, it's pretty easy. Since I have MO2 up and I do have the program here, you literally run it. You keep the Finis, and if you're running PCEA2 and any other mod that has an animation attached to it, right? Preferably goes above it. So you'd have mods that use Finis above, like Ultimate Combat. Um, there's a few others, but basically you're going to get your animations directly from For's New Idol and PCA2. What you would want to do is you would want to run it. It's not going to do anything for me. I don't have any mods created, so I don't think this is going to really do anything. See, executable not found, because I don't have the mod installed. But it's going to pop that window up. You're going to tick the first two boxes. It's going to you're going to update the generator. It's going to select all the mods and all the animations for said mods. Check for consistency. Damn it, I've been trying all morning to find a workaround to get the headphones to stay on when I'm talking, but apparently it's a mic thing. So, um, yeah, you're gonna check for consistency with Finis. It should say 0. Once it says 0, you're gonna close out the program. It's gonna give you an option to where it says yes, no, or cancel. You're gonna hit no because I think it asks you to create a desktop shortcut, which you don't want. Um, Click out it, just hit no, and then you're going to go into your overwrite because it's going to put all the Finis files into your overwrite. So if you click on it, they will be right here. What you're going to want to do is you're going to right click. You're going to create, well, this is going to say, it'll give you the option here when you right click to say create new. Don't empty now because I don't have it installed. Create new mod. All those Finis files will be in a new mod, and that's where you rename it Finis output or Finis output data, whatever you'd like to call it so that you know what it is. Check it, and it goes on the very bottom of your left pane. And I believe it gives you an ESP. I'm not 100% sure. I think it does, but that should also be near the bottom. So, this is a link to her Discord. This is Lexy's system spec. She's got an i5 4670K, 4.2 gigahertz, the Asus C97K. I'm not going to read the rest of them. She's using a 1080 Ti, but Windows 7, and then her drives and her backup. Okay, so this makes it a little more easy to see core mods. Okay, let's see what's in Campfire. Yep, and I see Rooster linked it up in Discord as well. Awesome, thank you, appreciate it. So core, considered essential to the full guide and should always be included. Now, most of the core mods, I mean, aside from Yash, like Yash you can't vary from at all. Or we've been told, so. I still like to pick and choose certain mods. I always feel that if there's one mod on there that they say is core, say it's like a texture mod that's core, but there is an option that we know of that they just don't put in, I feel like you can use it. And there's always a workaround for it. With PC, you have a lot more freedom to do with that with. Um, Tools are what they are. It's a tool you use. Uh, they have lists of them. They will be blacked out here with the black border. Optional. I love seeing these. HQ, high quality visual. Like I said, I won't go down the list. Something flagged with the BSA, classic. That's from LE, right? Cathedral Assets Optimizer, right? I have that on my, where is it? CAO. Right there. Okay. I also have it on my desktop. I have a nice shortcut to CAO sitting right there. I also have my shortcut to Bethany. You never want to run Bethany from MO2 or with MO2 open. There's a reason for that. I will get into that. Let me close that down. Reopen this. Okay. Prerequisites. It's important to put the game into a stable state and make a quick few changes to the main Bethesda files to ensure no conflicts in the vanilla game exist. Yes, Bethesda's own DLC creates some conflicts. If you're a long-time Bethesda game player user, this should not surprise you. This means PC. Console's a little bit different. Like I said, when you guys on console, and myself included, since I still have my 1S, when the game updates with the CC content, on PC it breaks it. breaks SKSE because the game updates, which means SKSE needs to update, which means mods relying on SKSE also need to update. The SKSE team usually gets those updates out within several hours. However, mods like SkyUI may not be out within a few hours. They have to wait for SKSE before they can even go in and update their own mods. So the last time this happened, what I did is I rolled back my game so I could still play because I didn't know how long it was going to be down for. It was my first time experiencing it. It sucked. It's not like console where when the game you get the auto update, it just updates it for you, but blah blah blah. Okay? So that is one of the benefits of console. The downside is everything else. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. It's why I do not game on console anymore. The pros highly outweigh the cons. I use my Xbox for testing. I will not shit on console-only users. You will never hear me do that. Um, and it's why I upload most of my mods and ports to console and not to Nexus, because there are already amazing mods on Nexus. They don't need me on there. The ones that I do have on there were requests by Nesbitt. So, like I say, I try to support the console modding community as much as I can. I just do not like the way Bethesda goes about their website. I think it's garbage. It is nowhere near close to Nexus. So basically, just this is standard. This is just don't deviate. Yash guide says the same thing, but trust the guide. And there's a lot of good tools in here. Bethesda main files. So first, we loaded it up. The first thing here is the Steam overlay. So some users have reported issues between the Steam overlay and Skyrim SE. For this reason, the guide recommends disabling the overlay. It's pretty simple. They go into detail here. I only have Skyrim SE, so that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to use the second one down here, but if you have other games that run the overlay, you already know what this is. You've probably already done it. So load Steam. I have Steam. It's right here. We'll raise it up a little bit. Okay. Click Library. Click Games. I already have Skyrim SE. All right. We're in Properties down at the bottom, and then see it says Enable Steam Overlay in Game. Disable it, just like that. Okay. Updates only, and you want to change this. This will default to keep this game up to date. This when you usually install this for the first time or reinstall it, always change this to only update this game when I launch it. Otherwise, if the game gets a CC update and you had the other option, you had this top option installed, and you have SKSE, your game is broken. So if you find out the next day that it updated, you're okay with this option. That's what you want. Okay, close this out. Update proofing Skyrim. That's what I just talked about, the automatic updates. So we can skip this one. Yeah, only update when I launch it, which basically means until you tell Steam to actually update it. You can launch the game as many times and you're fine. Yeah, and that's the thing. LE hasn't changed. To give you a great example of that, SKSE. I'll show you this real quick, okay? See this classic build for LE 1.7.3? This has been up here for God knows how long. This is the archive you'd want for Legendary Edition, this top 7Z. The current SE is going to be 2.0.16. I'll assume the next one's going to be 2.0. Either 17 or it may be 2.0.16.50 or something like that. However, SKSE decides they want to do it. But that, yeah, Legendary hasn't updated. But it is going from a 32-bit, or I'm sorry, from a 64-bit SE to a 32-bit LE. There was a little more instability with it, but of course, with things like this, you can get around it. I mean, that's not really an issue. And there are a lot of really, well, all the amazing mods are on Legendary Edition, and the majority of them have been ported over to Special Edition. Can you hear me, Tim? I don't know, my mic. No, my mic seems like it's okay. Does it sound okay? Ren, are you still there? Crimson, can you hear me? All right, let's see. Let me just I'll double check. I'll go into the dashboard. Okay, yeah, Crimson says good. Okay, cool. So creation kit tools. Now here, this is important. So if you install for the first time, you're going to get the newest version of the creation kit, which is an issue. It is, and there goes my mic again. Hopefully you guys can hear me again. Uh, it's going to update you to the newest version of the creation kit. So I have my Bethesda.net launcher out here. What we're going to do is we're going to actually delete and reinstall the CK, and I'll show you exactly what it is. So we launched the Bethesda.net launcher, this horrible, horrible thing. This is the creation kit defaults right here. If you can't find it, it will be in this pane here, or you can expand it out. So I have creation kit installed, right? So you want to go over here to game options. It looks like a little wheel, the settings icon, right? We're going to uninstall it. See how it says auto update is on? Yeah. So we're going to uninstall this. Yes, I want to uninstall the creation kit. And it gives you a little message here, uninstalled successfully. That's good. Okay. We want to reinstall it. It's going to take its time. It's going to do its thing. You'll see a little. All right. Where to install? Well, I have it in my game folder. I don't really want to change the location for it. Yeah, I'll add a desktop shortcut, and I'll show you why. I'm obviously 18 or older. We're going to install this. It's going to work. It's going to do its thing. 30 megabytes. It's not too bad. Okay. So if you notice now, when you install the Elder Scrolls Skyrim, it also gives you a desktop icon for Special Edition, which we don't need yet, but I'm not going to delete it. I keep my creation kit up top here, underneath the Bethesda.net launcher. So let me minimize this. I'm going to try and launch this. Okay. And the script source is newer, has been updated. Unpack, click yes, you will be okay. This one takes a little while. You'll notice down at the bottom here it's working. So these scripts and data need to complete. That's perfectly fine. Okay. Perfectly fine. Well, yeah, Mel, these are the first steps. If your game's not clean, you're going to want to start with the fresh install. If like I know you moved and you've been on the road for a couple months, so I don't know if you had a chance to. I'm assuming you didn't really have a chance to play it, but now that you guys are settled, um, if you go to open it back up, there may be some things that have changed. So what I would recommend doing is uninstalling the game, reinstalling the game, just like I'm showing you here, right? And then just continue to follow these steps to get you want a clean install when you start to mod, which means you want your masters cleaned. You also want technically the wrong quote unquote version of the creation kit because once these scripts finish here at the bottom for the CK, I'll show you exactly why the new one's an issue. We're just going to read a little bit about this here. So if you're using Windows Defender Firewall, which is I use Defender. I also have a couple other programs here that I need to bypass, which I've already done. You do that when you install your OS, and then when you install certain programs, you either give them admin, which I do for Mod Organizer's got the admin. I run it as an administrator. I don't have any issues with that. Okay. And then she's got a link to demonstration to the creation kit installation by Dark Fox. So I don't know when this one was. I don't know if this is the new one for SE. I would assume it is. So sometime in 2016, maybe early 2017 when he did this. He's usually on top of his videos. If you guys haven't seen Dark Fox, he does a lot of tutorial videos, a lot of creations kit stuff, a lot. So, let's see how far this is. A little more than halfway done, so it's almost finished. So what you're going to do is you're going to download and install the BNet launcher. We've done that, okay? And they gave you a link for it here. You could right-click and open. All right. Run the launcher, sign in. Well, I am. I'm signed in. It's under Peril. It's my BNet name. So any of the mods you see with that, that's me. I'm BethesdaNet. Okay. Locate the icon for creation. Click install. Well, we're already installing it. That's what this part is doing down here. And then close it. But it'll pop it up in a second here. So this is the excuse me, creation kit custom ini. We're gonna get that in a second. Once this one finishes here, it's almost done. Let me minimize the Bethesda launcher. TKA with another update. Yeah, yeah, Rooster and me to a degree. Yeah, we had issues with some of the kids and some of the mods, like the weapons, armor, and clothing clutter fixes, and Ace and everything, right? For me, it was Sophie, and I think you guys saw in the one stream, Sophie was naked. I mean, she had clothes on. You know, they can't leave a kid naked in a game like that. They'd get in trouble. But she had, I guess, you know, I don't know, it was like nightwear or underwear, but she had a hood on because I had winter is coming. Otherwise, she wouldn't have. All right, so the creation kit loaded. You want to find out what version you have, so click on Help and About. See this version 1.5.73.0? You do not want this one. You want 1.5.3. So we're going to close this out. We're going to leave this creation kit up. This Elder Scrolls run game ID, you do not need this. Delete this. Let me see what's in my recycling bin right now. Okay. Creation kit exe. All right, we're going to empty this out. So I want to make sure there's nothing in there. Okay. So I'm going to go to my downloads. I already have. If you look here quick, I'll pull it off to the desktop, right? 1.5.3 under file version. You see that there? That's the version you want. If you don't know how to get it, it's pretty easy. Let's see, CK version 1.5.3.0, and I want to say download right here. Okay. For SSC. It's going to be the top link. See how I have everything typed in? Just do a quick Google search. How to downgrade creation kit for Skyrim SE mods. It's a Reddit link. Click on it. Okay, it's the top one. So this is the question. Has version 1.5.73.0, which you saw, wants 1.5.30, the one you need. Because you'll get this. Incorrect creation kit version detected. I think, Ren, you saw this, right? Executable path. All right. It's going to be the very first here. Here you go. This is what you want from the Google Drive. Right click, open link. It's going to bring you to this. Creation kit exe. Just hit download. That's it. I'm going to leave that up just in case. I want to make sure this runs properly. So what Lexy's guide is saying is to install. All right, let's see. So I want to supplant this for this. So let me go to my Skyrim game folder, creationkit.exe. I'm going to drag this in here. I want to see if this will overwrite. Has a file name, replace. You want to replace it, okay? Okay. Now you have creationkit.exe. I'm going to run this from here and see what I get. Okay, see how it immediately pops up? Go to help again, check about, version 1.5.3.0. That's exactly what you want. Okay, so now you have the old version of the CK. That's what you want. The new one is, I don't want to say it's garbage because I'm sure, they're going to make a mod like another CK fixes to figure it out. But until then, this is the version you want. Okay, you can close the creation kit. Now that the proper one here is done, this is the old one, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this. And I'm going to right click here. I'm going to send this as a shortcut to my desktop. Pops up another one. Okay. I'm going to right click again. I'm going to rename this. Skyrim Creation Kits. I'm going to do space V 1.5.3.0. Enter to save. So I know exactly which version it is on my desktop. And like I said, I like to keep it beneath the Bethesda launcher. Mod organizer is easy access. Steam's right there. And these were basic setup stuff from when I haven't touched these at all. I run them. Cam automatically loads upon startup for me, which is great. So now we're good. Okay. I'm going to minimize the game folder. Go back to Lexy's guide. Where are we? Well, we want the Creation Kit Custom Mini, which is this. Open this link. It's on Mega. Creation Kit Custom Mini. Download. 525 bits. Real small. Bam. You're done. It's going to give you this. Could possibly harm your computer. Keep. Right? There it is, just like anything else. Drag it to your desktop. You're going to open up your game folder. Throw it right in. And I'm also going to rename this. Because I already installed an instance of it. .ini. Creation Kit Ini. And then they will relocate themselves. So you have Creation Kit Ini, Creation Kit Custom Ini, and then version 1.5.3. Okay, so we're going to minimize this. We can close out Mega. We can maximize this again. You probably have the old. I wish I had a microphone. You have no idea how much I wish I had a microphone, like an actual one, instead of the headset one, because I got to keep restarting these. Yeah, Mel, you probably have the version that I just put in. If you haven't updated it, it's probably still 1.5.3. Yeah, I know, but medical bills. Let's see here. She just makes a little warning here. Nexus policy forbids us from directly linking to version 1.5.3. However, refer to either the step version of the guide here, so they have it there, or Discord channel. So basically, a lot of Discords keep hidden mods and tools in an archive. Once something hits the internet, it never fully disappears. So you can find it. I found it with the quick Google search. So, um, Creation Kit Fixes. These are the next one. This is Core. This is also a tool by Nukem. You want these. You want CK64 fixes. So open this link. It'll take you right there. Release 2.3, manual download. Yes. Okay. I'm going to minimize this. There's my game folder. These are the CK fixes. You are going to extract the CK fixes. It'll pull up another folder. So I have my special edition folder. All of these are going to go right into your game folder, not your data folder. Data folder's up top. You want these in your game folder. Then you can get rid of this. And you can get rid of these. Delete. All right. Let's go back to Lexy's guide. So we manually extracted them. Author's notes, various patches and bug fixes for the creation kit to make life easier. Make sure you have version 1.5.3. We already verified we did. Says it's an idiot's check. I'm an idiot. I needed to check. Third-party tools, SKSE. We have MO2. Let's get SKSE. Current build, 7Z. Okay. Right to the desktop like I always do, and extract to SKSE. Okay. Open up my game folder, open up the SKSE folder, move it over so I can see a little bit of both. Open this again. We want the SKSE 64 underscore 1 underscore 5 underscore 80 DLL. Drag it over. The SKSE 64 loader.exe, drag that over. And the the Steam loader.dll. We want those three. That's it. This folder you can minimize, but do not delete these yet. We're going to add the SKSE script right to MO2, which is right here on my desktop. You guys have seen me do this before. Set the data directory. Install. Takes a minute. Activate it. So you have it. We're going to go to SKSE. You also have to add it to your executables, which will be done through here. Right? This is the pathing. This is the arguments. Okay. Let me just delete. I just want to check Lexy's guide real quick. Do not delete the archive at this time. We are going to need it. The Bethesda launcher I'm going to close down. We don't need that for right now. Let me cancel this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure SKSE is working. So select it. We're going to hit run. And I have to switch over OBS because I don't think you guys can see it. Give me 1 second here. Should switch over in a second. All right. So you're on the main part right there, right? Don't do anything. Open the console command window, right? You're going to type get SKSE version. VRSION. Enter. And it gives you the version that you want, right? With the runtime. 2.0.16. This is good. This means SKSE is working. Close the console command. Quit out of the game. Okay. Go back to the monitor here. All right. So you guys get that part. We have the game folder here. Minimize that. Now, SKSE is installed. Now you can send these to the deletion. Let's bring back up the guide. Yeah. Mel, this is for anybody. I mean, I'm technically learning myself as I go. I've already done most of this, but there are some things in here I haven't done. So, you know, it's like you get to watch somebody do a lot of content they've already done, but at the same time, there's going to be stuff in here like I'm going to, be doing for the first time. Um, Third-party tools, some programs. So SKSE is always installed first. Once you get that out of the way, if you do not have these programs, well, I mean, obviously, 7-zip, you need it. They give you a link right here. You right-click on the 7-zip and open it. Loot, newest version right there. I already have it installed. It tells you everything where you need to put it. Shut down MO2. Let's see. This is about patches. And then a couple other tools. Major Smash. Xedit you need. Or SSE edit. X meaning the version of the game that you're running. SSE for Skyrim Special Edition edit. Same thing. So sometimes you'll hear me say Xedit in Discord, or I'll say TES5 edit. It's the same. In my mod organizer, it is SSE edit. This program here. You also want SSE edit quick auto clean. So those are core mods. Cathedral Assets Optimizer, this tool here. Open the link. It's going to take you right to this. There's one file, download it. Requirements, Creation Kit. You need the Creation Kit installed. Okay. And of course, Rybash, which I have. Takes you there. There are 3 files. I think it was the executable automated installer. But they are all manual downloads. Okay. Zedit. I went over Zedit a little bit when I did my merge for the NPCs. I think I was talking with Crimson about this earlier. That's what you're going to use Zedit. You're going to use it for a couple other things. But you're going to want this. You're going to see it here, the alpha release. But you're going to come under assets, and it's going to be the portable x64 archive, 42 megabytes, pretty small. Okay, that's where that is. And you're going to want to add Zedit to your modding tools folder, which for me is C modding tools, Zedit right here, Zedit.exe. You can see all the other things I have that come with it here. My mod tools, Dyndalad's here. It includes TextGen. Okay. Assets Optimizer is Cathedral Assets Optimizer. That's also in mod tools. Bethany, standalone version. Bethany EXE, right? Which I don't believe I have it in here because you're not supposed to run it from here. But all the other ones you can. So you can see having a mods tool folder is right there on C, where you can get right into it. Your users, you're going to use mod tools, you're going to use program files, and users the most out of all these. Okay. Anything else? TES5 edit with the quick auto clean, right? That's there. I also have SSE Logen EXE, that's in mod tools. Mater Smash .exe, that's there. What else? And BSA browser.exe. You won't use all of them, you'll use most of them. Go back to the game folder here. Label? What would you like me to label, Mel? I can make a label. I could take a picture of poo. Or I'm sorry, ice cream. That's the emoji. Ice cream. Right. Alright, so some of them I'm not going to use because I'm not going to use the mods. Like the No Dragons LODs patcher. I'm not going to use this. I know I'm not going to. They say they're core mods here. Um, you may want the experience mod Z-edit patcher. Adds compatibility to the experience mods, so the kills function works with all NPCs. I'm not going to use experience, so I don't need this. I ignore the rest of them. Khajiit ears show patcher. You know, if you want it, you can. And you need Visual C++, redistributable. You need this. This tool actually should have been higher up in the guide, but that's okay. And then they say to download MO2. But that's okay. We've already done that. Configuring MO2. You guys should already know that by now. I'm not going to go over it. What am I doing here? Let's see. This is just adding the executables, which are these right here. Just shows you how to do them. Okay. And it lets you order them. So you could basically select them. And if I want to put loot, I think I have to do it from here. If you want to move SKSE higher, you can. Right? And I have SKSE 64 and SKSE. It's the same thing. Okay. All right, let's see. The old CK works. You just can't have CK fixes installed. It'll still work. Like the fixes that I don't even know if I installed the fixes yet. Let me see. Hold on. Let me take a look at my game folder. I might have. I don't know. It might have been up above. No, the CK ini is what I installed. Okay. So yeah, so this goes into initial mod ordering. I've already done that because these are all out of order. You want to make sure they're in the proper order. Okay. So we could even sort. We could hit loot and sort just to show you. I can run this now. I'll probably get an error or a couple because I didn't clean the masters yet. You'll see 5 warnings, 8 messages. So if I hit apply, that'll take my warnings down to 4, messages to 7. 4 dirty plugins. You can see with the base game here what you need to do. Okay. Click out of that. So this is just Lexy's saying to create a legacy profile. You can name your profile whatever you like to, but this is geared toward Legacy of the Dragonborn. It's like the ultimate LOTD setup, but doesn't mean that you have to, I mean, that should be the be all end all. The mod's huge, and there's tons of good content in there, but there's other stuff too. Now she said SKSE was not fully installed. Well, it wasn't fully installed because she didn't install Mod Organizer till right here. So you have to have MO2 installed first before you can install SKSE. That makes sense. And I've already showed you how to show what version of SKSE, get SKSE version, hit enter. So merge plugins, hide, I'm not going to use these yet. Cleaning the, alright, this is what I want, the Bethesda files, cleaning them. I've already done this, but I am going to do this again. We're going to clean them all. I'm going to go back up. We want SSE quick auto clean, right? You can keep SKSE And it's only going to bring up your masters. Okay, hit run. Okay. Do not clean Skyrim ESM. Start with update. If you clean Skyrim ESM, you will break it. And then you'll have to re-download the entire game, uninstall, reinstall. It's not fun. Update. It checks, it gives you a black check for Skyrim because that's its master. That's what that means. But you only want update. Hit that, hit OK. Yeah, Crimson, like I was saying, with the old version of the CK is fine to upload to. Just don't have CK fixes installed. And you can simply go into your game folder to remove them. That's all you do. Just delete them. Because you can always re-download them. It's only a couple files. That's all you're deleting out of there. So update tends to take the longest out of the masters. It even still updates you saying still applying filter, still apply like every 10 seconds, still applying filter, right? Just see it lets you know that it's working. We'll read a little bit further into this. The only one that's going to be different is going to be Dawn Guard. Dawn Guard, you have to do the auto clean and then you have to manually clean it, which means you're going to use this auto clean filter once. You're also going to use the SSC edit, not quick auto clean. I believe I've gone over this once, but we'll go over it again. Sometimes a few things are okay. Again. All right. Oh, that's my voice. Yeah, that's also what it's for. Exactly what Rooster just said. You can convert Form 43 to Form 44. That's what they're going to do in this guide. There's a couple that I'll probably convert as well, but and then you can always uninstall it and reinstall the new version here with Bethesda Launcher. Because you have this one in your game folder now, you don't have the newest version, so it'll delete whatever one you want. You do the same thing here. You go to Game Options and uninstall. That's it. Pretty simple. Let's see how far we got with update. Ooh. How far did we get with update? Still applying filter. And then you can see what it's doing here. If you want to read it, you can. It's telling you what it's doing. Identical to master records done. Process records 18035. Removed records 322. Done saving. It's going to do this. But now you can see updates in green, but not everything else is loaded. It's still working. Dawn Guard clean once, then manual clean it, and it's fine. Do you do it twice, Tim? You do it twice with auto clean, and then manual clean it? I've only done it. I've only ever needed to do it once with the auto clean, and then it was fine. And then I manually cleaned it afterwards. Yep. I think I heard. I think, or I didn't hear. I think I saw a video where Elminster says it doesn't matter now with the quick auto clean. Once you do it once, it's done. I don't even know if he manually cleans his game now that this particular program's up, but it is recommended.
Molly! Where'd she go? What? Get your homework done. I'm going to the bathroom. All right, done.
You can hear my niece in the bathroom. I mean, yeah, we can clean it twice. Is that Michael? Michael that says that? Yeah, can't hurt, right? So update's done, right? And you'll notice up in the files in the overwrite, we know what those are. They're the backups for update. Right. Leave him alone for now. Downguard. Oh, yeah, there we go. Run. So update in. Skyrim are the masters for that. Run this. This one should be a little bit quicker. Yeah, so I'll do it twice. I'll do the auto clean twice. I did it once and then manual cleaning the last time. I didn't have any issues, but like I said, it couldn't hurt. This is like the most boring part of the whole thing because you're literally just you're waiting for it to work. Usually, what I'll do is like if I'm obviously if I'm not streaming, I'll have YouTube up and I'll be watching something else. One of Gopher's videos or something. Okay, there's the first one. You can see there's other stuff to do too, so we're gonna let that go. And we're gonna run it again. Select Dawnguard. See how much faster it is this time. I thought that was the whole principle of the thing. Was that see? Because it hasn't has it gotten rid of anything else? Plugin contains 57 deleted. So I'm wondering, removing identical master records done, processed. Yes, it didn't remove any additional records. These are both 0. So it didn't remove anything else. The undeleted references is what you're really looking for. The ITMs, I mean, they're not horrible, but you'd rather have them clean. It's the undeleted references you want to make do with. But now we're going to normally manually clean Dawnguard. So xedit, run it. You're going to right click and select none. Then you're going to manually select Dawnguard only and run it. So let's see here from here. Dawnguard. Okay. I want this box up here on the bottom. This is what's going to give me all my information. So basically this is going to finish. You're going to wait for the message at the bottom. You can see it's already popped up here. So I think the first one is cell block 5 subblock 3. I did this one once before, just trying to remember offhand. Background. Alright, I think that's it. Let's see. Yep, okay. So we want cell. Cell's right here. Expand that out. Block 5 and then subblock C. Block 5, I'm sorry, subblock, was it 3? Subblock 3. Ragged flagging. Then you're going to scroll down to where the reference is at, which is right here. Encounter zone. You're going to highlight this, you're going to right click, you're going to remove it. It's going to prompt you with this. Yes, I'm absolutely sure. And there you go. That's the first one. Second one here is, let's see. It's block 2, subblock 1. So that's going to be cell, block 2, subblock 1. CW guards templates, they want this whole thing removed. So you're going to right click there, just go down to the bottom where it says remove. It's going to prompt you, hit yes. Okay. And then the very last one is block 8, subblock 1, block 8. They want you to remove the entire subblock. Right there, the entire subblock. So you're going to highlight subblock 1, hit remove. It's going to prompt you, yes. Close Xedit, save it. You're done with this one. Okay. And then the only last one you have to do is Dragonborn. So you're going to go back to the quick auto clean. You're going to rerun it again. You'll notice you still have all the files here. Dragonborn only. Run it. The other DLCs don't take nearly as long. I think this one actually does have some manual cleaning, but it's nothing that's game breaking, which is why they just say just run the auto clean on it. You can see what it's doing here. So removed 81 records. What else did it remove here? Let's see. Undeleting and disabling references done. Skipping nav. Yeah, see it says required manual fix. There's 2 of them. But according to almost every guide I've seen, that's all you need. So you're good. Okay. Now you have them all in your overwrite. Backups, right? The cache. Leave them in there for now. Go back to the guide. We'll make these clean files into their own separate mod. So these here, these 3 DLC, will be their own, well, 3 plus the updates, so technically 4. They will all be their own mod. Okay. So what it says is in your mod organizer 2 mods folder, create a mod called cleaned vanilla ESMs. Where that's at again, local disk C, modding tools. Oh, no, I'm sorry, hold on. I mod organize. All right, so mine's under users, me, app data, local, mod organizer, Skyrim Special Edition. So that's SE mods. You can see we have SKSE. We're going to create a new folder. What do they name it? Clean vanilla ESMs. Okay. I can name it that, I guess. Rename it. Okay. We're going to open this. Okay. What they want you to do now is in your Skyrim data folder, you're going to cut and paste from Skyrim data to that new folder you just created. It's going to be Update, Dawnguard, Hearthfires, and Dragonborn, so your DLC content. So what I did is, this one takes a little bit. Go to your game folder, go to your data folder, start with Update, because Dragonborn, Dawnguard, Hearthfires is up there, right? You're going to cut it. And then you're going to go back. I should really have another link for this one, but I don't, so mods. Clean vanilla ESMs. You're going to paste the first one. Go back to the other ones. Go back to data. You want Hearthfire's Dragonboard and Dawnguard. You could select these three. Cut. Clean vanilla ESMs. And paste. Okay, so they show up there. Go back to your game folder. Minimize that. Now we need to create a mod because this one does not show up. If I refresh this, there it is. Cleaned vanilla ESMs. I'm going to place SKSE underneath it. I'm going to select it. You notice we still have those files in the overlay. We can get rid of those now. Delete. Okay. Now if I really wanted to test this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up here. I'll just do this. I'll do this real quick as a quick test to show you. Because I did this earlier and it was perfectly fine. Find alternate start, download it. Okay. Okay. Mod's downloaded. Alternate start looks good. We're going to activate it. So we have SKSE, we have alternate start. See if you click on the clean vanilla ESMs, they're over here too. Okay, just with the alternate start. We don't even have the unofficial patch, right? Don't worry about that yet. SKSE 64 is loaded. We're going to run this. Actually, let me can I switch OBS over to game capture? I think I can. Let me run this first and I'll keep it up. You guys can hear it in the background. Switching OBS over now. We want game capture. Okay. So this should switch over for you guys in a second. I don't know if you can hear the audio. Should load right up for you. Okay. There it goes. Okay. Okay. So you guys should be able to see it now. First, I'm going to just double check to make sure SKSE is working. So get SKSE version 2.0.16 runtime release release IDX63. Okay. Hit new. Since you have alternate start loaded up, it's not going to matter. It's going to take you right to the alt start room, which we're going to use our Nord. And we're going to name, because they don't have certain mods on here, he's going to be Sans Testicles 02, because he doesn't have two balls. And then we're going to talk to Mara.
Approach, my child, and choose where your new life shall begin. You sail to.
I sail to solitude.
A life filled with opportunity awaits you, traveler.
Okay. And just to show you, loads up. This is vanilla. Bare bones vanilla. Vanilla with nothing. Right?
Looking to hire a boat?
Fuck you, Yolf. Anyway. When you get back out of this, you can go to System, Load. I like to delete these. I don't like to have any extras in there that I don't need. Okay. So, let me get back to monitor and open that back up for you guys. Okay, so you see how that works. Alternate start, I'm actually going to delete. I'm going to remove this. I'm also going to remove it from my downloads. We're going to download it again later. But that's just to show you that these are now, it's a mod, your clean vanilla masters. So if I go to loot and I hit run, the only thing it's going to have me do is going to give me 2 warnings. Well, for Hearthfires, did I didn't clean Hearthfires.
Molly, are you
And none of you picked up on this.
studying the spelling and vocab? I'm going to ask
Let's clean Heart. Ah, well, it's not going to matter. I already made the mod.
you know them. Okay, you better know them.
It's not going to matter. I don't use Hearthfires anyway.
Huh? Did you check your
Let's do this.
papers done?
We'll just run loot. I can't believe I did that. I could have sworn I did Hearthfires. Yeah, 11 deleted references. You know what? We'll do this. We'll just quick auto clean it anyway. For the hell of it. Right? This one takes the shortest amount of time anyway. It's not going to matter. That's the thing. It's you know, it is what it is. Applying filter. Done. Bam. Just delete all this crap. You don't need it. Hit loot. 1 warning. Sort. No warnings. 5 plugins. 5 total. 3 messages. Loot's up to date. Or, well, the latest loot thread. I'm sure that'll pop up again. But you're good. That's it. Basically done. Delete that. Let's go back here. Yeah, and like I said, I almost could have sworn I cleaned Hearthfires, but to me it doesn't matter. I don't use them, and even if you were not to clean Hearthfires, it's not going to break your game. I've played this game so many times without even cleaning the masters at all, and I've had flawless games. So, to me, this is just an extra chore. But if you're running a ton of mods, it's recommended. And of course, if you're using other programs, yeah, it's recommended. So, the guide recommends it, do it. If you're comfortable doing it without it, and you know what you're doing, and you've been doing it for a while, most of you have been doing it longer than I have, you already know this. You know, it's really at your discretion. I don't feel like checking Discord. Bethany. I have it. Okay. We are going to, and I'll show you where it's at. Open the link just so you guys know where to go. It's on Nexus. Bethini, all together. Extracted, run anywhere. That's what she said. We need to close mod organizer. You cannot, because what'll happen is here, if I try to run it from here, Bethany, highly recommended you close MO2. So what I'll do is I will close it from down here. And I will run it. There it is. Bethany startup. Okay. Now, so select the profile you intend to use. That's in the setup tab. It's basically your game, Skyrim Special Edition, your pathing, mod organizer. Let's see here. What else? Your profile should be auto-detected. Yes, it was. That then it will require a restart. Alright, let's restart it. Keep the changes you made. Yeah. Okay. Restart it back up. It's going to do the same thing. It's going to load right up. Okay. So, in the basic tab, we are in the basic tab right here. Okay. Setup basic. We're in basic. How this guide wants you to set it up is probably ideal. If you don't feel like using Bethany, which you should, it's recommended, but you don't need to. Okay. You can, once you run it through Steam, and it prompts you with options. Click the option you feel most comfortable running it, like medium, or is it low, medium, high, and ultra. Select one of them, turn off anti-aliasing, or leave it on if you want to leave it on. I turn it off, okay? Do it that way, but this is definitely recommended. You get a lot more tweaks with this, and some things you're going to add. Um, in the basic tab, anti-aliasing, none. Click on the button labeled high. Oh, I want ultra. I have a more powerful computer. I'm going to hit ultra. Okay. Make sure that any preset is checked. Verify recommended tweaks is checked. That is now checked. You'll see that anti-aliasing has changed. We're going to get to that. Verify windowed mode is checked. Borderless is checked. FXAA is checked. Anti-aliasing is set to none. VSync is not checked. Lock frame rate is not checked. FPS at 60. Okay. Can move on to the next one, General tab. You can also adjust your resolution, but I'm not going to right now. Intro logos is not checked. Post load update time set to 2000, which it is. Okay. We're going to move on to the gameplay tab. Over encumbrance reminder set to 60. This should be set to 30 by default, but you're going to want to set it to 60. NPCs use ammo. This is unselected by default. You're going to want to select it. First person arrow tilt up angle and bolt tilt up angle are already going to be defaulted to this. This one's going to be 2.5. You're going to change from 2.5 to 0.7. Okay. Then you're going to go to the interface tab, mouse setting, lock sensitivity. Make sure that this value is correct, 0.0125. Everything else should be good. But there's the modding platform. Make sure that's unticked. That will be ticked. In the detail tab, field of view set to 85. This will be default at 80. So all you're going to do is just select 85.00. Make sure that's there. Okay, looks like my any settings were saved from last time. Particles, set that to 2000. Depth of field is checked. Right there, depth of field is checked. Lens flare, not checked. Reflect sky up here, make sure that's checked. Ambient occlusion. Oh, I'm sorry, set to full. Wow, shadow resolution, I missed that one. Shadow resolution set to 2K. Sun shadow update time. Right here is 0. And the threshold is 2.0. Improved shader is not checked, so uncheck that. View distance tab. Leave U grids to load to 5. Do not ever adjust this. We're going to, what is it? View distance tab. Grass fade set to 18,000. So that's this one. 18,000. And visuals tab, the very last one here at the bottom. Grass density. You could set this to whatever you want. You could change this also. It says 60. I keep mine at 55. Grass diversity, you're going to want this at 15. That should be all. Go back to the basics tab. You're going to save and exit right here at the bottom. Okay. You'll see it work. Any files were successfully saved. It closes itself out at the end. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab a quick bite to eat. probably about 15 minutes or so, guys, like a normal break for me. Maybe 20. But I'm going to come back. I'm going to keep everything up because I'm going to keep going over some of this guide because this is also for my own use too. This is also for my own load order. Um, but you guys get to see me doing a brand new setup. You also get to see some of the steps involved. If I'm going too fast or too slow, just let me know. But I am going to take a break right now. I'm going to put the be back soon message up. Okay. Like I said, about 15-20 minutes at the most. So I'll see you then. All right, bye. Alright, we should be coming back here soon. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay. Should be back up. I think audio is good. Yep, okay, there we go. I think I ate a little too fast, but damn, it was good. I think Crimson said he was gonna come back in a little while, but he can always rewatch if he needs to. Yeah, just to address something with the two versions of Creation Kit for this particular one, and I think both Tim and Rooster touched on it. This is if you're converting from Legendary Edition to Special Edition with the fixes. You can keep a backup. You can keep a backup folder with the current version in it if you want to, or vice versa. You can actually keep both of them on your desktop. Just don't keep them in your game folder. This one here is, well, I should say, yeah, this one's in the game folder. I don't know, I guess you'd probably have to keep both of them in your game folder. The problem is you'd have to run them from either here or the separate icon from the desktop. Just label which one's which. I don't believe the new version when I installed it. Hey Tim. I don't believe the new version, when you go to install it with the launcher, it tells you have to run it to find the version. I didn't see anything, and it would have been helpful if, Bethesda kind of did us a solid with that one. So if there is a way to check it on here, under game options, I haven't really, show in folder. Maybe it is in here, and I just haven't looked at it. I could just be talking on my ass at that point, but yeah, keep the second version up. Keep the newest version up if you plan on uploading to BNet or Nexus. I think it's without the fixes. I think that was the issue. I know Campola mentioned it a little bit over on Sons of Skyrim, and I think he actually mentioned it really quick in the wrestling channel too. When we were BSing about that, I asked him about it, and I was talking to him through DM, and he said, yeah, he's not uploading any more mods because of the CK issue. So I know it's an issue that a couple other people ran into. I know Ren ran into it briefly. Current version's not installed or whatever. Mel's probably gonna run into that issue too if she hasn't updated yet. So, and yeah, there's nothing wrong with the new version. I just don't think you could use the fixes with it. I think that's the only thing. If there's anything else, I haven't read it. So, post Bethany tweaks. So while Bethany does handle the vast majority of the tweaks needed to the ini files, a few need to be changed manually. This can be done via Mod Organizer 2's ini editor. So now we can reopen that back up because I had that closed down when we were setting this up. Okay. Yes. All right. Ini editor is up top here in Tools. Can open that right up. I'm going to try to get this on the screen as best I can. So you'll see the box at the bottom window. It's going to come up. Oh, you're using the new CK. Okay, to update the ESPs. To update ESPs. Yeah, I don't have either version. I have the old version of it. I don't plan on doing any ports for the foreseeable future. I'm going to grab the new version. Obviously, I'll throw it into my game folder, but I am gonna. And I was talking to Ren briefly about this last night before I went to sleep.
Come in here, put away the crayons.
I've been shelving a lot of personal projects because of not because of ports so much, but a lot of it was because of TPOS2 and the add-ons and a lot of the testing. And then obviously the followers, I wanted to do that. The followers were for the testing team at the time when TPOS2 and Nesbit all came to our Discord. Um, Not that they're hard to create, but I was also working on other projects and other ports at the same time. So it was kind of like I wasn't even doing this. I wasn't even setting my own game up or anything like that, but I was working on that. And any personal projects I was planning on doing got shelved. So I'm going to take one or two off the shelf. One's rather large, and the other one's fairly large. So no more requests my way for mods or ports or anything like that, at least for the foreseeable future. And it's not nothing personal against anybody. It's just that these are things that I've been wanting to do, and it's the reason why I even built my PC in the first place, aside from gaming being the obvious one, modding being, it kind of goes hand in hand with it. You get the bug once, and you guys have already seen how many people started creating simple follower mods and they got bit by the bug like real quick. Um, and if that's your goal, if that's what you want to do, you're going to progress real quickly. My thing is I progressed pretty quickly in the beginning, and then stopped because of all the testing for TPOS2. Like that became paramount over anything else. Like we needed to basically go from the PC files to upload them to BNet. Then I'd have to go from my PC into my room where my console is to wipe everything clean, upload just the mods we needed. After we were done with our base test, we had to test the vanilla game by itself without TPOS2, without alternate start. We had to do this freaking carriage ride as a base test. So to give you an example of how many hours and how much time went into that testing, between myself, Sword, Dragon, Lego, and Muse came in later with the CC stuff. Because she came in, I think we'd already done the base test. We'd done the base test with TPOS2, and we were halfway through our full modded tests with all the major overhauls. We ran the graphics pack, we ran Noble, we ran all Skyland, and we did Dark Ages. You know, can't leave them out. So yeah, so that's where that is. That's where I'm at with that. Post Bethany tweaks. So you want to open up, it's right here at the bottom, you guys can see it. You're going to open up your Skyrim ini through Mod Organizer 2. I'll do it one more time real quick. In your Tools, ini editor, Skyrim ini is the first tab, Skyrim prefs is the second, Custom ini is the third. We want Skyrim ini. Wow, okay, just shut that down. I could use the mouse wheel and it's okay. So under Display, F shadow directional bias scale equals 0.47. So we want to find display. It's right here. F shadow directional bias scale equals 0.47. That's going to be different for you. That's not going to be that. That may not even be here. It may start with LOD max start fade. Okay, you may have to add this in. If you have to add it in, it's pretty simple. Copy. Right here. Right click, copy. Go back to your ini. If it is on display and it's not this first line here, make sure you're at the end of display. Just hit enter to add a line. Paste it in, which would be right click and paste. I already have mine in there, so I'm not going to do it. I'm going to hit back to back up. Okay. Next one's under grass. Let me just keep this up because I keep messing this up. Grass. B grass points lighting equals 1. If it's not here, like I said, you can add it in. If it is here and it's a different value, if say the value is 0, change the value to 1. Okay? If it's not there, like I said, copy and paste. Pretty easy. So these are tweaks. Bethany does a much better job at tweaking these are additional tweaks on top of what I did previously or before I went and grabbed something to eat. So, like I said, some of these lines may or may not be here. If they're not here, add them in based on what is recommended. Or if they are there and they're a different value, you can change the value. Sometimes something will say true and it needs to be changed to false. That's just deleting true, adding false. If it's false, it needs to be true. It's deleting that and adding true. IMAX grass types per texture equals 15. So you'll notice the T is missing out here. It says TEXURE. The T missing from texture is intentional, not a typo. So don't think you have to add it. I didn't even pick up on that until I read it here. I just knew where this was, and all I was doing was just changing the value. I would see IMAX grass type, and I read it as texture without the T, not thinking anything of it. I mini grass size to 60.
Molly,
Well, I have mine at 55.
come here under the table.
So Bethany had it at 55. I'm going to change this to 55 as well.
It's under the table, and I can't bend down and get it. You get it.
Yeah, and
Come on.
that's the other thing too, Tim, is
When you
in between doing like my major project I wanted to do is a large quest mod similar to Undeath. I think I've made that known on a couple occasions, but I never really went into detail about what it was. Undeath is my absolute favorite quest mod. It's probably one of my top 5 favorite mods, of everything that I've used, everything that I've seen. As broken and as unfinished and unrefined as that mod is, my gameplay style and that particular quest line happened to be my favorite. And I know there's a lot of other people that like it. I know there's a lot of other people that wish that it wasn't as, I don't want to say bad, because it's not a bad mod at all. It took a lot of time and effort to create, but it could have been better, I think, if there was a little bit more put into it. And I showed Nesbitt the link to it. He loaded it up into Xedit to take a look. And he's like, wow. He's like, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that needs to be fixed. And I told him, I said, don't touch anything because the mod's technically abandoned, but nobody has perm. It's not like I'm asking you to fix a broken mod. I said, my goal is to create one similar to it that's a whole different story. Completely different. But I would like to use the Dragon Priest as a Lich form. Possibly make it a little bit faster flying. I think that was my only real gripe, was the speed. You could glide, but you had one speed. I'd like to make it where it's, if not 2 speeds, not like walk run, but maybe glide and fly, possibly. Or just increase the base overall gliding to just a little bit more than what it is. Because it's too slow if you're going over a long distance. You know what I mean? It's nice to transform in a combat with enemies around, because sometimes you can fear them by changing. I think there's a mod that actually adds that in. The other gripe I have with the form itself is I think you have to press the sneak key to toggle between. It's either the sneak or it's alt or something. It's one of the buttons to change your spell, and it's a little animation the priest does that toggles the magic in his hand. It looks like it's swapping from one hand to, like doing a juggling act, right? I'd like to kind of do away with the animation looks cool, but I'd like to either do the immediate pop-up window or just have it go to like a favorites style window that brings up all your available skills. Plus, I'd like to expand on the vanilla skills. I didn't want to have an add-on like Immersive Lichdom that expands on things. You had to get that second mod. I wanted to do it all in one mod. So that's my big project. The quest itself, it'd probably be almost the same size as the original Undeath mod, maybe a little bit less. I want to say somewhere around 65, 70 megabytes. The story, I don't think obviously the largest part of that story is going through Apocrypha. Because unless you're following a guide, you're gonna get lost. I mean, he did a really good job with the dungeon crawl through Apocrypha there. Um, but I don't want to follow that same route. Otherwise, I'd just be copying the mod. I mean, at that point, I may as well just take on death, make it better, and report it because it's abandoned. And it's like, well, hey, nobody else is touching it. Can't get a hold of Antioch. But I want to do my own. That's the big one. Yeah, right, it was. And like you guys saw it with that thriller when I did that long base test, right? You saw how slow he moved. Um, Now, I don't have a whole big problem with it, but I could see like if you do that right at level 30 and you plan on playing up until like level, 70, 80 or above if you have the uncapper, which I'm actually going to install the uncapper for this with Ordinator because I am gonna use Ordinator with this one, but I'm gonna do a different style. Um, I forgot what I was saying. Totally forgot. Lost in train of thought. Anyway, I got sidetracked. That's the project. That's what I'm gonna be working on. Probably be done next year because of my skills and abilities. What are we doing? What are we doing? We did grass. Okay. Under save game. Save game may not be here for you. I think I had to add it in. Let's see if they saved it. Yeah, I had to add this in. This edited Papyrus. So save game. Uh, you're gonna want to copy these three. Not with the numbers. Obviously, do them one at a time. And add B disable autosave to 1. B allow scripted force save to 0. B allow scripted autosave to 0. Okay. Now you're gonna go to Skyrim prefs any. So save this right here. Just click save. Go to Skyrim prefs. Okay. Under controls, B mouse acceleration equals 0. And this one's a little harder to navigate because it's not separated. I'm not sure if you could separate them when you find them and save it, but mine never come separated. Like see image spaces right here. There's no spaces. Generals right there. There's main. So under what do we want? We want controls. Where are controls? Controls are right here. Okay. I'll highlight controls for you so you guys can see it on the screen. I know you're looking at a mini screen and I'm just trying to keep everything about as neat as I can here. B mouse acceleration equals 0. So if it's not there, add it in. If it is there and the value is correct, leave it alone. If the value is different, change it to 0. Okay. Then you're going to want display. I think display was up above. I think display was, oh, it's all the way at the top. Okay. F interior shadow distance equals 3000. So, not the first one. F is F shadow distance. F interior shadow distance equals 3000. So this was here for me, but this was a different value. So I had to change it to 3000. It's right here. Okay. Then grass. Grass is lower. Okay, see how they bounce you around here. And they're not in alphabetical order. It is what it is. Grass is right here. Okay. B30 grass VS equals 0. I don't believe this was here. You might have to add this in. Like I said, if it's something different, change the value to 0. If this is here, the value is already 0, then you're good. Just make sure you save it because you can save any time and it'll stay here. And then under main, where is main? Main's up above. There's nav mesh. There's water. There's clouds. There's audio menu, there's particles, controls, gameplay, interface. There's main. Main's right here. So you have 4 under main. B save on pause. So, sorry. B save on pause equals 0. B save on rest down here equals 0. B save on travel equals 0. I think you guys already kind of know what these are. You recognize these from your settings menu in the game. Save on travel, save on wait, save on rest. I don't think there's a save on pause, but you know, there's an option here now to add this in, and then save on wait. Wait's underneath. So make sure you have them in, and then save it. Click save. Okay. And even here at the bottom, you may have noticed that these settings disable all automatic save features of Skyrim due to certain choices by Bethesda. It is advised that you not use quick saves or automatic saves, and instead create new saves every time, especially in a heavily modded lineup such as this one. Again, to be clear, this is a new save games. Do not overwrite old ones. Well, I've overwritten old ones and not had anything happen. But if you want to be absolutely sure, make a new one each time. This one just disables those autosaves from going out the door, because those things are just resource, like there's just a lot of fuckery going on. Skyrim Custom Ini. It's a creation of Beth Ini and can be used to overwrite settings in the Skyrim Ini. This guide does not make use of this functionality. With this in mind, delete all entries in this file. Make sure it's completely blank. So, to double check, Skyrim Custom Ini is blank. We're good. Okay. SKSE Ini. One additional file must be created to ensure that all works as it should. SKSE, it's an Ini as well, and it does not exist by default. Therefore, we will make it. No SKSE Ini file exists. So, in your left pane, let me go up here. Okay, and right-click on SKSE Scripts mod, which is this mod right here. Open and explore. Okay, here's scripts. And you see the source. Okay, but we want this. We want to stay open there. Create a new folder called SKSE. Right-click new folder. SKSE. And you'll see it'll default underneath scripts. In the SKSE folder, create a new text file called skse.ini. So what you're going to do is open that up, right-click, and you're going to go to New, and you're going to go down to this one where it says Text Documentation. You're going to create this one. Okay. You're going to rename it skse.ini. Ensure that you're able to see file extensions in Windows, which obviously you can because you can see them. What you're going to do here is you're going to rename it, or you should have renamed it at the beginning. Delete the .txt. So it just says skse.ini. Or well, I can't do that. Okay. Hold on. Let me rename it again. Okay. So you have skse.ini. So you do not want to create a file called skse.ini.txt, which is less than desirable. skse.ini is blank. Open it up. It is blank. Paste the following into the blank file. Here, we actually can copy everything. General and display. These will actually appear. So right-click and copy. Go back to the notepad, skse.ini. Paste them in. You see them populate, file, and save. That part is done. These two lines will allow for the self-correction of rogue scripting updates in save games. Save and close the Explorer window. Did I do that? Yes, I did. So, let's see, let me make sure my live chat is up. Okay, we're good. Top chat, live chat. Okay, looks pretty good. And my phone's been stuck at like 92% all day. It hasn't even dipped, even with YouTube running. All right, so let's see what else. What else? Xlod Gen. I believe this is the only one I don't have. I don't believe I have SSC Lod. This is different. This one's a little bit different.
Molly, I'm calling you. Come here, please.
This one's on Mega. Xlod Gen. Yep. Hit this one. Download. It'll do its thing up top. A little under 60 megabytes. Takes a couple seconds to do. Okay, you can get rid of Mega. Download main files, Xlod Gen 57, optional files, terrain, tamriel.exe. So I wonder if this is supposed to be on Bethesda Net, because this was one I haven't used.
I am not going to call you again.
I'm going to keep this up here in case I need to do this again. I'm just going to extract the files here. I want to see what's in here. So you guys may see me mess up. Here's Xlod Gen. Alright, so we have 64 and the terrain lod readme. Ah, okay, optional files. Never mind. It's a link. And I'm an idiot. So go back to Mega. SSC terrain, Tamriel ESM. You want this one also, so download this one. It's going to do its thing. Couple seconds. See it populate down there. You're done. You can close Mega. So I'm doing this one for the first time, so you guys are probably going to get to watch me mess up, which is always great fun. Install SSC terrain Tamriel ESM as its own mod entry in MO2. This file will be used only once in the entire guide during Xlod Gen's run, and will otherwise be ignored, or will be otherwise ignored. Activate the mod, but ensure the ESM file in the right pane is disabled until it's okay. So let's get that on the desktop too. I wonder if I can unzip this one the same way, if it does the same thing. Cannot open as an archive. Okay. This is going to be interesting for me because I've never done this. Let's create. I might have messed that up. Let's delete it. Let's do it again. Let's leave it there. MO2. Desktop. Oh, I might have to zip it up. Maybe that's what it is. So add to SSC terrain Tamriel. So this is when you want to zip something up. Do this. It makes a 7-zip file for it. So now I should be able to see. Yeah, see how it populates up there? Okay. This one we're going to add. I always have, a harder time zipping them up than unzipping them, just because it's easier for me to do the opposite. So, and I just want to make sure I keep the name right. SSC terrain Tamriel. I think this should be in here. There it is. Okay, manual looks good. Okay. Activate it, but don't activate it in the right screen. Okay. What else? Let's see. Let me expand this a little further. Alright, so we're going to need xlodgen x64.exe. We're going to have to add it to our executables tab in Mod Organizer. It's going to be in the files. It's going to be here. This bottom one here is what we're going to want. So let's do that. The funny thing, Tim, is I laugh at myself most of the time doing this too. But if I make you guys laugh, that's even better. Uh, Add new, and it's going to be X Lod Gen. I'll just leave it at that. Binary. It's going to be this location here. So, see, mine's on the desktop. Where's desktop? Desktop. Xlod Gen 57. We want 64.exe. Click it once so it shows up file name there. Open. And then arguments. Let me see what were the arguments. Arguments line were dash SSE dash 0. Looks like a colon. I have a hard time seeing that shit. That's a semicolon. I want a regular colon. Quote. I need to put it into a drive, don't I? Which I missed a step there. We cancel this. So let's put that in with our tools. Modding tools. Go back to this one here. We'll take this whole folder, right? It makes it easier. That way I can come right to here and then I'll have a path for it. That was my problem. Okay, let's try this one again, just to make sure it didn't take. Okay, we're good. So we'll go to new executable, Xlod Gen. Binary will now be C, mod tools, Xlod Gen 64, open. Arguments are dash SSE. I gotta pull this page up. This is the problem when you have multiples opened. The arguments line enter the following is dash 0 colon quote C SSC log gen underscore output. Okay. Like it is right here, the drive that it's in. So mine's in the C. I have the feeling I messed this up. But I'm going to reread this real quick. To location not in the main folder, which it isn't. Okay. Or the MO2 mods folder. It's not in my mods folder. Okay, so C. Okay, yeah, that looks right. The argument line read. Yeah, okay. So it reads this, but C. The only difference is theirs is the E drive, mine's the C drive. As an example, your intended output path is blah, 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 blah. This utility used to generate LOD mesh texture exactly like the creation kit. I'm going to use the applications icon for shortcut. I always do this. Let's see what pops up. Could be interesting, right? Apply. Okay. And let's check it out here. Alright, so it's the same as SSE edit. But it's nice to have the icons there. I like that. That was a first for me too, by the way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new folder. Just title it new shit. Put this back in even though I don't need it. Put that back in. I'm going to keep all these in here just in case. I know it saves it in downloads, but I like to have them on my desktop. Okay, now what else do I have opened? Get rid of it. Minimize. Close. Alright, so this is the SKSE any. Close that out. I just want my game folder open, but I want it minimized. Okay, so let's go back to the guide here. Dynalot I have installed. Dynalot standalone version 2.73 by Sheshan. Probably mispronouncing the name. Found it Mega. There's the download for it. I've already got it. And main files 2.73. That's exactly what that file is. You just need -SSC for the arguments. So just to show you, Dynalot here has -SSC. It doesn't matter if it's capitalized or not, I don't think. But that's where that's at. Let's get SKSE on here. 7 merge, or Z merge setup. I've done the Z merge setup before. It's under Z edit. If you run this, right? Z merge is in here, right? You could do Z edit and start session, and it'll give you load order for whatever you have. And it's going to load them up. This is very similar to Xedit. Okay. Close all that out. I think it's going to add, yeah, it's going to be add files to my overwrite. These are just Z edit backups. There's literally nothing in there. You don't need this. Let me delete this out. Okay. Z merge is, the drop down, but you can click in here. It's right here. You would hit the settings tab. Make sure it's for special edition. I also have base LE. Make sure it's for special edition. If for whatever reason you can't click on the icon or this is different, hit this. Make sure you can click on this. You normally sometimes have to close this one out. All right. If you can't create a new instance or add the profile, it will add this and then you can select it. But mine's already selected. You would hit start session. So in the window that appears, locate and click the cog gear. Integration settings, mode organizer, portable. I already have all this set up. If I go through this one by one, we'll literally be here all night, which we're probably going to do for the most part. Or at least until I get bored. Or until I'm done setting things up. This isn't even the fun stuff with the modding. This is like before you've installed any real mods, This is if you're following a guide. Reshade or EMB? I'm not going to use a reshade. I am going to use an EMB. So the reshade optional. Reshades are really, really good if you have base hardware, low-end stuff, or mid-grade stuff. And it says up top, if you have 4 GB card, I suggest reshade. If 6 gig or higher, EMB. So you have options. A really good weather mod, you really don't need either of them, but they will make them look better. It just does. That's what they do. That's what they're made for. They make your game look a lot better. The closest I've ever really seen to an EMB was using Obsidian on console with display enhancements. I got my game looking pretty close to what Cathedral Weathers looks like on PC base, with the exception of a little bit of the purple in the sky. headphones go off again. That was about the best I've gotten it. And a lot of people say not to run display enhancements. My answer to that is just don't keep tweaking the weather to clear all the time, because you'll cut your audio and then it makes you wait 24 hours in game. Possibly more. It might be 48. I'm not sure what the exact number is, but sometimes it affects your audio, and if you do it too much, it'll affect your audio to the point where your audio just gets so messed up that it won't play any game track or combat music track, and you're stuck with almost silence for like a couple hours of real time, and that's a pain in the ass. But that's what I was able to do. Now, obviously on PC, you can do that. But I'm gonna use the EMB. Let's see here. This is 3 shades still. EMB installation right here. Okay. So EMB series version 0390. I haven't installed this yet. I have to. The cool thing about Lexy's guide is it brings you exactly to where you need to download. And it also downloads the version number and puts you right there. Whereas normally you go to emb.dev and then you'd have to find your way through it. You already get sent right to the download section right here, and see 3.86, right? I can already hit this, and this is 3.90, and I'll show you. This is the great thing about this. So let me open up my game. I have my game folder open here. Okay, let me open up EMB series. You want the wrapper version. And the files you're going to put are the d3d11.dll right there, and the d3 decompiler underscore 46e.dll, and they'll populate there. Okay, that's done. So EMB series is done. We can get out of EMB series. I can delete this one. I can maximize the window again. Now, I'm actually going to go with this. Silent Horizons for Cathedral Weathers. Yes, I am going to use Cathedral Weathers for the very first time of actual use. I tested it. I kept going back to Obsidian. I just like Obsidian that much. But after seeing Silent Horizons and some of the pictures, I'm like, I think I'm really going to give this a try. I know there's a lot of people that swear by it, and I've been knocking it, saying Obsidian's still the best. I haven't fully tried it yet. Who am I to judge? I may love this. This may be my new go-to, and then by the time I start loving it, there may be something brand new, and I'll be stuck on this one again. But let's take a look. We'll open the link. So obviously on Nexus, Lonely Kasune is the mod author. There are 1,100 images. Right. Requirements, EMB helper, and the latest EMB binary. Well, we don't have the helper yet. So let me get the helper first. Helper's usually the main thing. So SSE 1.5.80, yes. We have SKSE. We have EMB. Let's download this real quick. And this is why I got rid of alternate start, because I like to have fresh and not have it constantly sticking on this side. Alright. This will go under. Well, let's leave the terrain up top for now. It's not going to affect anything, and these don't have plugin files. So EMB helper's checked. Let's look at Silent Horizons real quick. I'll throw up a couple pictures. Okay. This is with Cathedral Weathers. Okay. And their characters, like, she's beautiful. Tim, yours is the only other one that I've seen that's rivaled this one. I've seen a couple other really nice ones, but that Nord, the hybrid elf that you made, I could definitely see her But I mean, look at this. Like, you still have the clouds in the background, so I'm assuming something like ethereal clouds or obsidian mountain fog, um, or both. I'm going to use both. You could disable the rain because I'm not too keen on this style rain where like these drops are this large and they're right in front of your face. It might look okay in game. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet, but look at this. This is the one thing I liked about Cathedral, but I think like it's too much purple and blues mixed in. But look at the, I mean, look at the reflection. Oh, you're welcome. No, she is. She's one of the best looking characters I've ever seen. Hands down, she's gorgeous. And you had the tattoos under the prisoner garb. I still have yet to figure out how to add the tattoos. I tried it once and I messed it up horribly, and I think I put on a piece of equipment and the body went missing. So I messed something up. This is back in May, so this is right after I built my PC. I still may need a small walkthrough for it though. Um, I like reflections. He's got more of his of the character. I'm not sure if it's a man or a woman or whatever, but I think that's astral aspect. I'm not sure. Looks like it. I mean, like with the face tattoos and everything like that. She does look good. I've used this hairstyle before. The black with the red. On the female, I think it's an Apache. But I've actually used it before. I'm staring at her, and I'm supposed to be looking at the pictures of the EMB. Let me see. Jeez. That's what happens. But it's so this is the thing that gets me. It's so clear. Even with like the depth of field, obviously. Probably Bleak Falls. Maybe this is probably from Throat of the World. Or maybe that's another one. I'm not sure. I think it's the path up here. That's the way in the barrow. That would be the lake. Right there, the Guardian Stones would be somewhere over here. But look how clear the mountains are. And then you can see the fogs. I'm assuming the odds and everything are good, but the sun. And it's not too much. It's just, like I said, the coloring to me is... it's a little on the purple side, but I mean, look at the knights. I can't argue with the knights in the daytime. Barbarian said it best. Like, they're some of the best he's ever seen. I can't disagree at all. I cannot. And even, completely overcast day in Winterhold here, right? Winterhold restored. Got going on. That's what it is, race menu overlays. Do you have the body slide outfit? Or was it body? It's body slide outfit studio. I think that was the other one they said they needed. Because if I do the female character, I might. Because I'm tossing two characters up in my head right now. One's going to be a non-body modded Argonian, and the other's going to be a completely body CBBE. I may do a Nord or a Breton female. The Argonia would be a male. I still have yet to figure it out, but I mean, I can't say no to that. Look at that. I mean, I tried hating on it when it came out, but I was still deep into Obsidian, and I had Obsidian with a couple of EMBs looking really nice, but this does look good. You got to give credit where credit's due. Ah, yeah. Come to Butthead. Like that right there. Wait, hold on. Like that right there. No, I'm kidding. Both of them are nice. But that, I mean, geez, look at that. You got the sun, you got the mountain fogs, you got the reflection on the water. There are no seams in the water. Like, look at all that. The distant terrain looks perfect. The tree lots look great. The weather is just, I mean, like the blues pop out where the blues wouldn't normally pop out. Like, it makes sense. Like, they really took their time and thought this out. And of course, you see the water plants in the distant terrain. But you can see, look at the reflection, like it's taken the mountain into consideration too, with like the style right there. I'm not going to go through all 11,000 of them, by the way. I'm just going to show you some grass ones. Like that right there is art. Uh, I'm not really sure what the tree bark is. Some of you may be able to recognize it instantly, but I can't. I don't know if I've ever seen it. Uh, but that's work of art. The water plants. Anyway, so this is the one I'm going to be using before I start staring at them. Right. Silent Horizons EMB 4 Cathedral Weathers. Right here. D. Requires EMB binary and EMB helper. We just got helper. Let's manually download this. We have them. Yes, download. Okay. So now we can minimize. Do the same thing. This becomes repetition. You guys see me doing this all the time. This is repetition here. We are going to extract 2 Silent Horizons EMB for the folder. We're going to bring up our game folder here. We're going to open this one. And optional, this wasn't here before. Custom over. Now, hold on a second. I didn't see this here before. Let's get the EMB series local and any. Let's get those files in first. Okay. I wonder if that takes everything. No, the optional's still here. So let's take a look at optionals. Just the main files, it says. All right. All hell's breaking loose in my house if you guys can't hear it. My niece and her friends wrecked the house, and she doesn't up, but she has to. She thinks we're gonna do it, and we're not. If you don't teach them young, they walk all over you. All right, hold on one second. Okay, back here. So we have to adjust some innies here. And some other EMBs will tell you to do the same thing. This one has special instructions. So extract it, we've done that. Once installed, open EMB series any and change the following. So EMB series any right here. Okay. It opens in Notepad. So let me go down here. We want effect, enable depth of field false, and this is so this is personal. Effect, enable depth of field true. I like depth of field, so I'm going to leave this one true. Okay. And then enable detailed shadow false. Says this is useful if you have 6 gigs or less, otherwise leave it alone. Enable detail shadow. What's this under effect, right? Yeah. I'm probably staring right at it. Oh, maybe I have to add it. Copy. Ooh, Notepad. Ah, there it is. All right, hold on. Yeah, enable detail shadow. True, because I have more than 6 gigs. Okay, so rain would be the next one. I'll leave that alone. See how you can miss something like that? It's so tedious. Sky's got a lot. Obviously, there's a lot that goes in there. Environment. Object. Vegetation. I think rain's near the end. Fire, particle. Rain. Enable. False. turn this off. Oh, this false turns off E and B rain. So yeah, I'm gonna turn that E and B rain off that I saw because I'm not 100% sold on it. We'll let Cathedral Weathers rain handle that for us, okay? Or for me. Shit, water. Enable displacement true. Shadow. There's grass. There's water. Enable displacement. Want that true. Okay. So we also have special instructions. Once installed, open Skyrim Prefini and change the following. So you have a couple more things to do. So make sure you save. File, save. Okay. To open Skyrim Prefini, which is up here in Tools. Here's Skyrim Prefs. Okay. B FXAA enable under display. Enabled, it's down here. Equals 0. We want it to equal 0. Good. BIBLF enable. So that's the hardest part of finding these. It should be here and I'm just not seeing it. Here it is right here. B IBLF enable 0. IND enable. And I'm not even sure what a lot of these stand for. IND enable is right above it, equals 0. Okay. SAO equals enable. Equals 0, that's right here, that's good. Use 64 bits.
Where's the cap for this? You're not taking that in that room. That is not going in there, that room. Did you pick up all stuff off the table? Don't go in that room and don't have that on your fingers. I don't want it on my new chairs and it's going to
HDR render target equals 0. Okay, so these are all good. That's it right here. So we can save this. See, all that just for an EMB.
And I'm not telling you again to pick up these scrunchies. Wash your hands.
I have the feeling my stream's about to crash. Let me check cam. Loads is only at 22%. It's yeah, it's YouTube itself. YouTube's being a pain in the ass. We turn off my Wi-Fi. It usually fixes it. Or I can restore YouTube all entirely. That'll fix it. Rather wish I'd be playing instead of doing this, but I do like showing the setup, so. Okay, seems to be better. Sorry about that. GPU drivers. Assuming you're using NVIDIA-based GPU, which I am. Users with Radeon or other GPUs would seek additional information. So I already have mine set up. The NVIDIA Profile Inspector. I'm not going to go into how to install or download this. Everything's right here, or you can have your drivers auto adjust. I guess is the best way for me to say it. I don't know the technical term for it, but you could set them up upon Okay. Journey of 1,000 steps begins. Onto the actual mod list. So I'm just going to open a new window. I'm going to keep this window up as a reference. This is the mod list. We may get into this more tomorrow. They set these things up a lot differently than other guides. For example, Pred Caliber. We'll go to his page real quick, right? So this is the one Crimson was talking about. And his guide's got some mods that I consider out of place in a load order. Some of them matter, some of them don't. His major guide is the Skyrim SE 2018. The new one is the 100 Mods edition for 2019. This one's going to be expanded to a full guide like this one. But we're going to check the 18 guide. So that should be right here. So he already starts off with the unofficial patch, cutting room floor, quality world map, sky UI. These are all standard mods, and they do belong up at the top of your load order. Obviously, the unofficial patch. There's other mods besides that. Let me just get rid of all these tabs at the bottom there. They get saved anyway. There's other mods that are UI based or SKSE plugins that normally would go above the unofficial patch. Or you could put the unofficial patch up first just to have it, and then work on your UI stuff, the SKSE plugins. He starts off, here, then goes right into large textures, which, that if you're going to use something like that, SMIM, obviously, SRO, we're going to be using both of them. So this is basically like a tutorial converting old plugins. I'm not going to go over this. So I do want to touch on this really quick. Use this if you have SSE CK fixes installed. This one if you do not. These two. There's a lot of people I know don't use the CK fixes. So if you don't, this is this ESMify, I guess is how you say it. ESPify. I've never had to do it. I'm not going to have to do it with this one because I know I'm not using every single mod. But you could see what's all here, right? These are the mods. I want to say if I click on this, it'll take me to the unofficial patch if I open the link. Let's see, I think it would, right? No, it takes me to her mod list. That's okay. We'll get there. Cathedral Assets Optimizer. Have it installed. All right. Optimize textures, baseline. So before anything else, let's check out where this is. Should be up at the top. Optimize textures baseline. Performance optimized textures for SSC. I wonder if I had to click on this one. Let's see. 6.1. No, it still takes me to the load page. Okay. I tried. I wanted to see. So we're going to get performance textures, main files. This mod optimizes Bethesda's textures for performance without quality loss. And you notice SRO is the next mod. We have to scroll all the way down for it. It's the only one that's like that. So let's get performance textures. Okay. Go to files. We want the 1024 v6. It's 3.5 gigabytes, so it's going to take a little while to download for me. My speeds have been iffy today. Ooh. Save the ini. Let's close that out. Downloads. No, we're almost up to 30. No, it's about the same as it was yesterday, but you can still see the size of the file. I don't have fiber, so it is what it is. SRO is going to be another big one, unfortunately. Let's get pred calibers off here. Anything I don't need, I think I'm going to... I wanted to look at the optional custom overlay add-ons, EMP series. I'm going to save these. depth of field, particle field. Yeah, I'm going to save these. We're just going to minimize this for now. Skyrim Realistic Overhaul. This is another big boy. This one's 10 gigabytes. But it's on ModDB. And we're also going to have to use Cathedral Assets Optimizer. So I want to check. I can't really run this, can I? I can start downloading these though. Alright. Click on the link. Special instructions. Make sure to merge all the main files together. There are 4 of them. Into a single mod with MO. Launch CAO, Cathedral Assets Optimizers. Pick Lexy's Legacy of the Dragonboard SE No BSA profile from the drop-down menu, which I think I did not have. I'm going to wait till this finishes first, and then I want to check this. Loading this through MO2. Cathedral Assets I had by myself just as SSE, because that's all I needed it for, but she gave a profile to use for this, specifically for certain things in her guide. I don't know if I'm going to use them. I really wish I had a faster connection. There we go. And you'll see all 8 textures, well 9 textures technically. Not 9, but 9 categories. And believe it or not, this one goes above the unofficial patch along with a lot of other things. This actually I think goes, let's see, I think they put this above everything else too. Okay, maybe not. All right. So we'll make sure it's there. Like I said, SSC terrain tamriel, not to activate that till later. That's a further step. We won't even be getting to that today or tomorrow or any other day. SRO. ModDB, right? You're going to select files, and then you're going to download at the bottom here. Parts 1, 2, 3, and update. The top one is for legendary. Do not download it. You want these 4, and they're large. And that's what she said. Download now. There are manual downloads, so once this happy horseshit of an icon gets out of the way, you'll see it start. And I got 4 minutes left. This one here is 2.6 gigabytes. I could delete this lovely looking, I think it was cheese. We'll try 2 files at once. Part 2. Download now. And I found you can't delete this, and you have to wait for it to start before you delete this. There it goes. Okay. We'll let those 2 go for now. Kolar. Oh, my stream crashed. Never mind. I thought you joined my stream, and this is Odin's stream. I don't know. Can you hear me, Ren? Let me change over and see if that switched my... Alright, so I have my stream on, and it kicked me over to Odin's stream. Because I think he's doing a live stream right now, too. I think what's it called? Games ADD or whatever? Yeah, it died, but like I didn't get any notification. I didn't even get like a little buffer wheel. I looked at my phone and it said Kohler had arrived, and I got Kohler the killed. I'm like, oh, I haven't seen him in a while. God damn, I have no luck today, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, I thought he joined the stream, so I was saying hi, and I'm like, and then I see Odin's face on there, and I'm like, oh, well, I'm in somebody else's live stream, and they can't hear me, so I'm talking to myself. Yeah, my Wi-Fi only does this when I stream. It's a pain in the ass. As you'll see, because I'm doing everything right now, uh, my well, it was at 40%. It's about as much as it gets. I've seen my temps hit a little over 50. That's the highest they've ever gotten. Load I've seen get up to like 60%, but it goes right back down. Load's at 8%. So my temps are usually pretty good. Yeah, I did. I had a little tantrum. 5 minutes left on this one, 9 minutes left on this one. You can see how long these files take to download. We'll go to number 3. Since I can't do anything else, you know. Download this one. Yeah, why not? Make it all 3. Let's see how much it bumps these up. And this one's much smaller. It's 826 megabytes. So that one will literally be done in seconds, as will update. Update 1.8. Download now. Okay. SRO is the biggest single mod in the entire thing. It's usually what I use for my baseline. What's up, Brewster? Nesbit putting up videos. Okay. Awesome. Oh, he's such an awesome character, isn't he, Ren? Jasper? Yeah, Jasper's awesome. Or Jaspar. What was his last name? Delvarek? Dalvarek, I think. It's been a little while. He had a really cool voice. He had that like suave, swagger, rogue. Uh, I think he dual wield daggers. It's been a while since I've played that. Once I got more into this, Enderal kind of took it back. I mean, I've finished it. You know, I didn't finish the DLC. That's one thing I have to go back and do. I do have to finish the DLC, but that was the only other thing Skyrim, like other game aside from Skyrim that I've done. It's been a couple years. Oblivion doesn't really count. Oh yeah, the arrow. Yep. So you could see 3 and update are done. I'm gonna move these here. I don't know if I'm gonna need them for anything else, but let's get SRO. This is version number 3. Oh, we got. All right, yeah, 3 and update. You gotta wait for 1 and 2. These 2 take the longest, and they're just a pain in the ass. 2 is because I've got everything else going on, unfortunately. We could take a look at some other stuff though. Before I do that, essential SKSE plugins console util SSE. This mod enables Papyrus scripts to execute console commands. Let's take a look at this. One file. Make sure you have 1.5.80 or at the very minimum 1.573, but the guide is for the latest version. Must have SKSE, we do. Yes. What else? Dynamic Manager. I believe this one. I don't know what this one does. Let's open it. Let's take a look at this one too. All right, so there's a couple, but this one has special instructions. So I'm not worried about the textures yet. Let's console util. Yeah, it looks good. Enable it. Dynamic manager looks good. What did it want us to do? Once installed, open the plugin. Change the following. Manage helmet false. So open Explorer. Manage helmet true to false. And then file, save. Close that out. Okay. This mod automatically equips and equips various gear when applicable. Oh, that's interesting. I mean, if it works better than helmet toggle, I'll be happy. So I'm not constantly having to take a stupid lizard mask off or bone mask. What do you mean, Tim? Merge plugins hide? For which one? For the dynamic manager? Or are you talking about SRO? No, I'm only like I'll hide things that they recommend, or if it's something that I know needs to either be hidden or deleted, or I mean obviously merged. Like this one's going to be a little bit different. Actually, let me check Cathedral right now. I want to see if I have it in the drop down. I should have. All right, so yeah, Lexy's does drop down here. The no BSA, and it's going to be SRO. So yeah, that does work. Okay, that's good to know. You had to add files into that. If there's a tool called merge plugins hide, no, I don't have it. If it was above, I didn't see it. Uh, I mean, I don't want to have to backtrack all this way to see it, but I'm probably, like I said, I'm not going to be using everything on here. Some of these things that they were given here, I just know I'm not going to use. I think, yeah, because we went over all this, the lens flare, where were the tools up above? MO2, what else? If it was, I haven't hit it yet. MO2, Visual C++, Z-Edit, Rybash, CAO, Xedit, Meter Smash, Loot, 7-Zip, Extender, Creation Fixes. Nah, yeah, it's not here. But if it's for MO2, yeah, no, I don't have it. So, like I said, I'm not gonna worry about it because I'm not gonna use everything. You can see how slow these two, like these first two, just take forever. They take absolutely forever. So I'm going to continue on with other ones, and I'm going to go back. Where are we at? Dynamic Manager. Enchantment Reload Fix. Now they say core. Fixes a bug that causes weapon enchants to drain more charges and increase drastically in price. after the game reload. There goes my headset again. God damn it. I don't think I've ever had an issue like this. The game engine bug that causes weapon enchants to drain more charges after you save and reload the game. Enchanted weapons also jumps. I've never seen this happen. Huh. Well, let's take a look at the files here. Oh, there's the one. Right? That is the one you want. Yeah, what I mean, Tim, is like I'm not gonna see like this one here. I'm hesitant to download. I'm 50-50 on it because, like I said, this particular bug that it says here in the mod notes, right? This one here. I've never noticed this. I know pretty much all the enchantment charges on vanilla weapons and a lot of the modded ones. Like how many swings of X weapon you can get, whatever. Or at least, like if you're like in the middle of combat, you know how in the back of your head you know when something's about to run out, and you're gonna have to charge it, but you'd rather be prepared for the next battle, right? Kind of like that. But to say that the value increases drastically after you reload, I've never seen that change. Like and those values are easier to keep track of. Like if you know that X weapon is X amount, I've never seen it change to a higher amount. So, I mean, I'll download it just to see, just because I have the room. Obviously, it's not a large mod, but we'll see. We'll see what it does. We're still waiting for SRO anyway. Just because it's taking its sweet time. It didn't do this earlier to me. I think I had all 4 modules up, and they all downloaded within, I think like a total of 7 minutes. 4 at the same time, and that's while I was also downloading, like the unofficial patch, the audio patches, fixes, and let's see what else. Those offsite links sometimes just I don't know.
He doesn't want any? He did? How about those scissors? Can we put those scissors away so you can...
All right, I'm walking here. Let's see. Spot prevents NPCs from pushing you while you're walking here. Oh, hell yeah. Absolutely. Well, that's the one thing I hate, especially with my own created followers. If you guys didn't notice, um, their sandbox is set correctly, and I even lowered their energy so that they don't move around almost as much. But man, if I'm in the middle of a conversation with somebody, they will walk up on my back and push me one way or another. It happened with the Graybeards when I was talking to Arngir. I think I had 2 or 3 of them with me at the time, and man, they would push me one way or another. Oh, annoying. Yeah, this one's going in. Any other requirement? No, we're good. SKSE. Bam. You go in. You get a mod, and you get a mod. Okay, never mind. Manual, you're good. That's a new one. That's gonna be a staple now for me. So this is the one I was unsure about. I had a conversation briefly with. Oh, Rooster. Speak of it. Speak of you being here. Private profile redirector SE faster game start any file. Is it? How do you say that? Cache. I have no idea. This is the one that helps your game load faster, and I think this is what was the one that was giving me a bug. But I have SKC, I have engine fixes, right? Speeds up wow, I can't talk tonight. Speeds up game start by storing any files in memory instead of opening, parsing, and closing the file each time some value from it is needed. Although maybe this is a problem the program tries to solve. Old, appreciated, blah, 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 blah. The amount of seconds a smile will reduce your start time depends on the amount of enabled plugins you have, as well as other things in use, such as EMB. So EMB comes with its own blah, 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 blah. When the game EMB or something else calls profile string first time. I don't know. I'm unsure. Covered features. It depends. If your game starts from a shortcut menu, split second enough. If it takes longer, this plugin can help. How much time you'll save depends on your setup. It was tested on MO2. Yeah, see, I had some issues. I don't know. I'm going to keep it off. I don't think I'm going to... we still got... no, we still got some time on those. Yeah, I'm going to leave it alone. If Rudy MB is saying that, what was I using? I wasn't using Ominous, but I think I might have been using Rudy with it. But man, I had some issues, and then like when I removed it, yeah, I guess it was still in with the SKSE plugins, right? And I forgot I had to go back out and take that out. So I still had that issue on startup where the audio just cuts. So I'm going to leave this one alone. Scale form, translation, plus. Enables translation, asking with SkyUI, English. And I think you need it for the uncapper, but I'm not sure. I remember this being here. Or unless there's... oh, mods requiring quick loot. SkyUI. This quest is anyway. I'm not sure if any of these are... fuck it, we'll take it. Just in case. It says it's a core mod. Right? Although the other one's a core mod too, but is not. So here's the big one, skill uncapper. This mod unlocks the skill level caps of 100 and makes some relevant leveling tweaks. And then you notice SSC engine fixes is underneath this. So you'll also notice in Lexy's guide, it doesn't have any other things to download, right? But you would normally just see right there, it says requires, you go to description, it says requires Shadowman's DLL loader. Unless that comes, I'm trying to think. Now which one is it? One of these DLL loaders comes in one that we've already placed into the game folder. I ran this before and it ran, so. Yep. Skill uncapper. It's a wonderful thing. All right, no more plugins. Okay. So yeah, Rooster, you'll notice I have the terrain.esm. You'll also notice the clean vanilla ESMs, right? And I did run this, and then also with Cathedral, I have Lexy's own, instead of SSC, the BSA and the no, because I think the no BSA is what she recommends, but we'll leave it on SSC for now. But this has to be changed. This is for SRO. I just wanted to make sure that it worked right for me installing it the way that I did. It looks like it did. So. Yeah, I got smarter. I get a gold star. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, definitely I'm walking here. Uh, that's gonna be great. Engine fixes. I think I installed this. Did I? Test any? I think I did. I think that's what it is. Let me just double check. The preloader. Well, if not, it's just going to overwrite itself and it's not going to be a big deal. Oh, duh, I could check. No, I don't. Okay. Good thing. Maybe not so smart. Maybe you take back that gold star, huh? Eh? Alright, we'll go to the first one. Downloads. Fixes. Set. Bam. It's amazing that they have all of these other mods. They actually have SRO up top above a lot of these. I think it's above console util. I think that's where it technically belongs according to Lexy's guide. Engine fixes. Extract. Extraction. Yeah. Oh, come on. Don't be a jerk. Place two files. Alright, so now they weren't installed. Now they are. What am I looking at? Minimize you. Minimize you. We'll keep you up. We like you. Engine. Ooh. Engine fixes can go the way. So we got SRO right here. I think SRO is done finally. Let's see. There's number one, right? Oh yeah, take your time. Right, there's number two. Bam. I would like to pick from a treasure box though. I don't care about the star. Screw the star. Alright, so they want us to merge all these. So SRO is the base. This is the baseline for a couple guides. This one has it high up in the load order. I'm sure that's fine. It's textures. So we'll keep it at overhaul. We'll just keep it as SRO. Skyrim Realistic Overhaul. That way we can merge them all. This one takes a little bit of time because it's a massive file. Like both of the, like all four of these. I'm sorry. The first two are a couple gigs. I think the last one's a gig, and the update file is like 800. Does it say? Does it tell me? Want to tell me? 460 megabytes. So yeah, a big hug would be nice. I haven't had a big hug in a while. It's been ages, right? Yeah, we got enough. We're good. And no, I'm not doing the entirety of Lexy's guide. Get rid of engine fixes. Where does SRO go? Above, yeah, console util. This whole space that's like they didn't fill anything in. Performance optimized textures, core, right? And then SRO is right here, but they just decided, hey, this mod is huge. Huge. Those of you that have a data cap might want to think about skipping this one. Oh, did it install? Are you still on one? Come on. Big jerk. Let's go. Squeeze the. Exactly. Playful pat on the ass and a good game usually suffices. All right. Bam! One. Let's get two. Two. Manual. Set. Change name. Overhaul. Looks good. Enter. Merge. Go. You know what I noticed? When I stream, that's when all the shenanigans take place in the Discord. They must think that I don't go back and read on my phone. I mean, I could sit here and I could open them up right here and just be like, hey, what the hell's going on? Oh, what is this? Do we get? Oh, we got a bunch of stuff going on there. It's still going. What the hell? I wish I could tell my speed with this one. Does it say? No, it doesn't. We'll let it do its thing. And like this is pretty much the part I got to when I wasn't really sure if I wanted to go this route. Um, One was because of the EMB being used and the weather that I'm going to have to use with it, which is Cathedral. But the Horizon EMB, the Silent Horizons, I mean, this looks really cool. So, there's two. What do we want? We want number 3 now. Number 3, don't be a little bitch. Go a little bit faster than the other two. Looks good. Oh, come on. Merge. Alright, there we go. Are you, Ren? Mountain hopping? Physics, right? Skyrim logic? Are you doing it on a character, or tell me you at least stole a horse? Gotta steal the horses. That's the fun. Get that bounty, have the guards leave their posts and chase you. Update. Manual. Ooh, sneaky bastard. Realistic over. Oh, come on. Why do you default to 1? Looks good. Merge. Alright, so here's the part that I'm going to mess up on. You guys are going to get a nice laugh. Okay, so we have SRO installed. Let's get rid of those guys. So what we're doing, and I have it correct. Cathedral Assets Optimizer. We want to pick Lexy's LOTD no BSA. So let's load this. We have SRO. Let's pick no BSA. And from the drop down menu, then run. Okay, run. It'll do its thing. I just wanted to make sure there's nothing else I have to do. Like, they don't give you any other instructions or anything else. Like, if it's done, it's done, and I'm fine. I'm cool with that. We'll just see if I get a little. I know I'm going to get the message up top. All right, we're done. All right. Okay. I guess that's it. Rooster, if you know otherwise, or Tim, if you know otherwise, let me know. I don't think it created anything, right? Nothing in overwrite. That would have given me a message. Yeah. Okay. Oh, you're in a character in Enderal? Alright, let's see here. Back to downloads. We will just assume that that's all you have to do, right? Console util. Alright, where am I up to? SSC engine fixes, okay. Oh yeah, we have to do this part too. Regular quick saves true. So apparently with this, they really want you to do this. I use the quick saves, but higher powers tell me no. So, and what's the other one? Experimental memory manager true. This is a different one. Where's experimental? Should be at the bottom, right? You would think. Disable Skyrim's memory manager in favor of standard allocation. These operating system allocators can help with. Okay. Guide says to do it. Says trust the guide. Okay. It's okay, Rooster. The question was, uh, when I ran Assets Optimizer with the Lexy's dropdown like this, right? The no BSA. You know how it defaults to SSC? Well, she wants you to run it with the no BSA, which I did, right? Um, there were no other instructions as to what to do when it finished. So I did nothing. Because they're like she literally says that's it. That's all you have to do. But I didn't get any errors, so. And I think this is the one you were talking about too, Rooster. At the system page. Stay at the system page. Brings you back to the original Skyrim's journal menu, right? This is the one you were telling me to use? So let's use it. Okay. I love when they look good. I hate having to go in and set the data directory. Such a pain in the ass. Yes, I'm sure. It's modded noise. Sure like to. This one I'm not sure about. I'm not sure about yes, I'm sure. Are you sure? I'm not sure. Yeah, let me just refresh MO2. Good idea. Let's just see. Yeah, nothing. SRO. Yeah, okay. Nothing. I mean, it's merged. We're not getting anything, and this actually looks pretty clean. Obviously, it's just UI stuff and bug fixes for the most part. But this mod disables annoying message prompts asking you if you're sure you like to craft. I mean, yeah, why not? Why the fuck not, right? I mean, I'm following the guide. It says it's a core mod. It's not like I don't have the room or the space or the ability not to be able to use it, right? And it's also something I haven't used before, so it's kind of cool to get in game and then see it, like how you get to interact with it or whatever. It's cool. So that's the base of those unofficial patches. So this is the one I was talking about, the high definition audio patch. Will it conflict? It doesn't seem like it's going to conflict with a music replacer, but I'm not sure. But we'll get them anyway. There's 3 of them, the first 3. Music HQ, English Voices 1 and 2. And these are massive. The base is 422.3 mega, 2.6 giga, 3.5 giga. That's a lot. That's a lot just for better vocals. And this one's done. I wonder if these don't say they need to be merged though. There's no merge, so I guess they're all separate files. And then USSEP is after this, surprisingly. It's the first time I've gotten this mod this late into a guide. There it goes. I just started and it didn't even give me an option to finish. Okay. So we'll wait on a couple of these. Because this unofficial high definition, this is, it's going to populate up top as a master. Alright, awesome. Thanks, Rooster. Confirmation is always wonderful. Ah, there goes my stream. And I don't even have the Wi-Fi on. Hey, it came back. Did you guys see that? It's playing trickery on me. Let me turn my Wi-Fi back on. Awesome. Man, these are taking these large files. I may take a break after this one, I think. I'm going to get up and stretch around for a little bit. I want to grab a cough drop. It's 8 o'clock already. It's late. I've literally been doing stuff like this for 13 hours today. Well, unofficial patch is downloaded. We will install but not activate. Come on, you're almost there. Let's download some more. USSEP. What do we got? Ordinators next. See, this is what I'm talking about. They went right from the unofficial patch right into Ordinator. So they only say main files and the optional thief skill rebalancer. I am going to take some other stuff besides that. Take Ordinator. I like to take the 20% more perks, so one extra every 5 levels. Because there are so many. Ooh, failed to receive. That's probably because this is going. No, Ordinator failed. The base mod. That's awesome. Alright. And then, should I take the thief? Perk skills level 50, 75, 100. I usually do take these because they are helpful. I'm going to leave the thief ones alone. It says it makes sneak, pickpocketing, lockpicking more interesting. The only one of these I'm going to use in this character is sneak. So, yeah, and Ordinator is not required. I'm going to leave that one alone. Can get rid of these at the bottom here. Engine fixes. We got all those. How far are we along here? Voices Part 1 is downloaded. Awesome. Now here's a question for you, Rooster, if you know. Can you merge Voices 1 and 2 with the main mod? I think so because it's an update, right? Let me just check it real quick again. No, they're all main files, so I guess it's got to be separate. Okay. So we have to rename this English Part 1. Yeah, looks like my stream's starting to shit the bricks, probably because of these files and everything else that's going on. Cam says I'm fine. Huh. Okay. Stupid. Did it? Alright, yeah, it came back. Don't worry, I will do most of this off screen tomorrow if I get something interesting to talk about. But that's about it. I think, I don't know, maybe after this one I'm going to call it quits because I have Ordinator downloaded. English point 2. And then the unofficial patch. We'll do Ordinator. Wow. Okay. Ordinator first. Yep. Looks good. 20% more perks. Looks good. Alright. So they all have ESPs. Alright, well, I am going to, I'm going to call it quits for the night, I think, because I've been staring at this thing for about 13 hours today already. I just want a break. Oh, so it really wouldn't have mattered if I merged anyway, Rooster, if the plugins are going to be, if they don't merge. I mean, it's still going to be, at least I know what's what here. That's, plus it's a new mod. Alright, we'll have to see. But yeah, I'm going to call it quits here for the night. I mean, I was really doing this for Crimson, but he cut out early. So, I don't know. He wanted to learn the start of the new stuff that I was talking about. He was asking about it earlier, so if he asks any of you guys, you don't know nothing. I know nothing. uh, so I kind of basically just did all this for nothing, except myself, because this is what I'm going to follow. I'm not going to delete all this. I'm going to keep going with it. But if anybody else found it helpful, I'm glad, and take what you can out of it. This guide actually has, like, it's pretty detailed. Lexy's. I have the link in the description, I think. Let me know if that doesn't pop up. It should be right here. That'll take you right to her beginning page right here. Like I said, it's also got her Nexus profile, her Patreon, and a way to donate through PayPal. So, and then she's got tabs for everything right here. So like I said, that's it for me tonight. Oh, pictures, by the way. So, yeah, Red, if you took any pictures, I want to see those. I think Rooster flooded my DMs with pictures, which I am promptly going to look at because I was waiting to see this new landscape because that's what I'm going to be using in here. I want to see how well it goes with Cathedral. So, we'll get into all of the other fun stuff another day. Have a good night, guys. Thank you for joining me. We'll see you later.